Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tavern time.
Hi.
It's that time of the week again when we fill ourselves full of booze and welcome
The
in
end
the
of
weekend.
a long week.
Yes,
Oh man, it's been a week.
it has, and there wasn't any technical difficulties. We're just being fashionably late.
Yeah.
Except for waiting for the ice cream van to leave your street there.
Literally, the loudest ice cream van I've ever heard was just parked outside my house.
There is nothing I can do about that. That's out of my hands.
Yeah, Ian, who's this guy? Why have we invited this
He's the
guy
other side, yeah. That's
Yeah.
well, that is Seb Ford from the
Hey!
CamAnd Seb
Never heard
YouTube
of
channel, and also part owner of Double Jump Productions. Is that the right? Is it Double Jump Productions?
I swear to God, you're about to say part owner of IFA.
I would have been more likely to say part owner of Kitty, to be
Oh my
fair.
gosh. Oh well,
Part owner
yeah.
of Kitty. All right, I'll take that. Yeah, half owner of video production company Double Jump, half of CamAnd Seb YouTube channel, ex GameSpot employee, and I suppose now cat dad.
Cat
And
Dad.
life partner to you.
Cat Dad is a good dad
Also,
to
one
be.
half of Aoife and Seb. Seb is my husband, and he is the one who has been working so hard the last couple of months to try and make sure that our live streams
Yes.
go as smoothly as
So
possible.
many times, just like crawling in, literally on my hands and knees, out of shot, to
Literally.
just like reach up and just be like, click,
Oh.
change, adjust volume.
I
To
could
be
have
fair,
done
I've
with
been
a
doing it
Seb
myself
today.
the last month or
You,
so.
yeah. Like as Padawans go, you flourish. You've left the nest. It's
Thank
fine.
you.
Yeah.
Except that the nest is our house that we share together.
Well,
Yeah.
I-
For anyone who's wondering, I am downstairs. Aoife's upstairs. We
Yeah.
are in the same
Right.
building. Yeah.
I did wonder how it would work, whether you'd be squidged onto the same chair or not. But
No,
Look,
no.
when you're coming down with this much live streaming technology, it's just easier. It's
Right.
just
It's
easier.
true. We
I
say
was-
that, but we
yeah.
did have technical issues today, so.
Yeah. Although I was going to live stream from my office originally, I had this plan because I was like, I've got all the space, I've got air conditioning, which is glorious. But then I was also like, I can't drink. So no,
Oh.
I'm not gonna do that. Speaking
Yeah.
of, I have space beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice! I've had some of that beer before. It's very tasty.
Delicious.
What
I
makes
actually-
it spicy? Apart
because
from the
it's-
decor.
That's it. The decor.
Okay.
Entirely and exclusively the decor makes it spacey. It's Gamma Ray by Beavertown. It is an American pale ale, and last year I got to film at their brewery.
No
So,
way.
You did.
Yeah.
What was that for?
That was for a game called Borderlands 3.
I went
That's
to
what
that
it was
one.
for.
Yeah, I went there. In fact, I might have a can of it up on my shelf.
Oh, the Borderlands Bandit Brew.
Yes. Yeah, here it is.
I apologise, Ian, but by holding up the can to the camera, I have completely changed my exposure
That's
and almost
cool.
certainly
You have
totally ruined your green screen on me.
Looks
The
alright.
green
No,
screen's
it
not
looks
too
fine.
bad. You look like you've gone
just-
into Art Nouveau, like kind of
Very
moody.
shadowy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if I slightly slide out of shot, if it will re-expose, and I can just like slide back
See,
in.
no, you're seeing an insight into how Seb works now. Something that nobody else will ever notice. He'd be like, no, I can fix this. Wait, look, watch.
I don't think I did fix it.
No,
And now I'm
it's
drinking,
fine.
so
I mean, I can.
Ian,
boast
what are you
about this.
drinking?
I've got a Brewdog Punk IPA to start me off because I bloody need a beer, and then I've got some lovely Old Jay's spiced rum, lime and vanilla infused rum, which is basically one of my 5 a day at this point in 2020.
That's how it works, yeah. And yes, Zoe sends her apologies, but she's off today, so she's having a lovely chill time. But sends her well wishes to you all, and we'll all raise a glass for her as well. I'm having a bit of Savvy B.
Oh, nice.
Savvy B.
Savvy
so-
B.
Savvy B.
You have spent too much time in London. We need to leave.
I know. We do need to. That's an I was told that was an Australian thing.
Savvy B. That is the most British. Oh yeah, get a little bit of Savvy B on the go, bit of Pinot Gris.
I was told that's what Aussies call it. So you would know.
It's-
I
So-
spent very little time in Australia within drinking age, so I
Right.
couldn't tell you a lot.
Savvy
That's
B
fair.
sounds like 1/5 of like a really like current girl band.
I'm Savvy B, and I'm here to say,
Gonna
get your
pissed every day.
get your grapes or your 5 a day.
Oh, is this like wholesome Will Smith style rap? that we
Yeah.
play?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth.
Recycle for the planet. Wait.
Stay hydrated.
Oh, well, I can't give him too much sympathy because Scientology, but you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know. I always
about
forget
that,
that
don't
about. I know, right? Hey, we have a super chat from Daniel Brown. That says, "Because I've missed all your faces." Oh, thank you, Daniel Brown.
Oh,
That was lovely.
thank you so much.
Yeah. So, how's your week been, Ian and Seb? Apart from exhausting.
Why don't you start, Ian?
Okay. Am I allowed to just cry?
It's a fair reaction, to be honest.
Oh, it's just been.
If you're drinking, you're replacing the fluid, so you
Oh,
go
that's
for
true.
it.
It's just been technical difficulties central. I might as well change my postcode to Brokersville, USA.
True.
Everything's been crapping out for me this week. It's basically made this week twice as hard as it needs to be. So I'm very glad that Tavern time is now here.
I know.
Actually, do you know what I didn't do before?
What?
Like when we started. Normally, I say, "Hello, we're in the Cantina bar from
Oh, we are, yeah.
StarCraft 2. It's based on the Hyperion space station." Seb
really like
Ford,
this one.
why did you choose the Cantina from StarCraft 2?
I'll tell you why. Because I couldn't think of another bar.
Fair enough.
But also, so I originally I was like, what would be a really like fun low poly bar to be in? And I was thinking like, you know, Monkey Island might be an idea, but then also like the perspective in there is kind of wrong. So I was like, no, that's not gonna work. And then I was like, what about Skyrim, that game I've played once or twice?
Oh,
And
yes.
then, of course, you've already done that. So
Been there, done that.
There's more than the bannered mare in Skyrim.
I
That's
know,
true.
and I wouldn't have picked the Bandit Mare, but
Okay.
then I remembered
we're barred from
StarCraft
there.
had a cool space bar that I could drink space beer in, and Jim Raynor is currently sat nursing a beer kind of behind Ian's head somewhere, I
There,
think.
is it that one there? Like he's just next to what? Who's the big blue dude?
He's a big blue dude.
It's giant like.
I can't remember. It's been a while since I played
Yeah.
StarCraft 2. I only
Fire
actually played
armor.
Wings of Liberty, which was the one that came out, I think, the day I joined GameSpot, which would have been like
Oh, wow.
2010. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Right. Well,
it's
yeah.
been a while.
Yeah, that's a full decade because that's the linear
Jeez.
nature of time, and I can count,
Yeah.
so I know exactly how long that's been.
I think, you know what? I think that was actually the first ever shoot I went on when I was working at GameSpot. Was a midnight launch for StarCraft 2: Wings of Liberty, and I remember that they had a cosplayer in a full set of power armor like that. And we interviewed him, and he basically was dying. He was like, "It's so hot in here. Please,
Yeah.
please wrap this up so I can take this
Just
off."
come on.
All respect for the cosplayers that wear the massive suits because there's
Yeah.
got to be heavy and hot.
It's one thing I've never done. I've never cosplayed. Unless
No.
Halloween counts, which I don't think it does.
No.
I've never gone to a convention and cosplayed, but I've done some pretty shitty cosplays on videos before.
That's true. You do like to dress up, actually, don't
I
you?
do.
And-
Yeah, I'm a big,
any
big fan of
excuse.
dressing up.
You know what? As a fellow video producing fan of skits and also a fan of After Effects and doing silly little animations, I am always cheekily indulged by the little animations you put in your videos.
Oh,
Lately,
very
your
much
little
so.
Brexit one gave me.
So much joy.
Yeah, I have a very overactive imagination, and video editing allows me to get it all out of my system.
This is something I can't say. I have to show.
I used to just do hand painting on the walls in my parents' house, but now I've got a video editing suite, so it's all good.
No excuses.
No excuses. No, but this bar's awesome. I like it. We've got
Oh, there's a dancing
there's
hologram
a
up there.
dancing
Look at her
hologram
go.
up there.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
That
you.
is
Is it?
you.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can
That's
tell by
Sam,
the
everyone.
hips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All hips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These hips don't lie.
Actually, if you've seen Seb on a wedding dance floor, that he is all hips. Yeah.
Yeah, our first dance was something to behold.
You're gonna
I
have to
wasn't
show me
talking
the
about
video.
that specifically, but yeah.
Just go in thrusting.
Well,
Father the bride, just head in hands.
Yeah, one of those weddings.
anyway, moving on. Seb, what have you been up to? In general, actually, because a lot of people will obviously know you from GameSpot and that, and maybe they want to catch up. What have you been up to?
Man, like where, at what point do I begin? Do I begin at this week? Do I begin like when I left GameSpot?
We
Like,
got time. We got time.
So there I was, crawling my way out of the uterus. With nothing but plans.
A dream in my pocket.
And a spring
And
in
a
my
video
step.
camera in the other.
No, basically, for anyone who has no idea who I am at all, besides the connection to Aoife, I started off making video game videos as a video producer for a small website called videogamer.com.
Oh, I've
And
heard
that
of them.
was, yeah, and that was a while ago. That was in 2008, which means I've been doing this for a long time.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I was there for about 2 years. Then 2010, I was video producer at GameSpot until 2015. And then myself and one of the other video producers from GameSpot, Cam Robinson, he and I left to form a video production company. Basically, when we were working there, we were doing a lot of like commercial videos, and we were like, well, we're pretty handy at this. Let's start a company. So that's what we did. And in our spare time, we also try, and I emphasize try, to make some videos around Skyrim, specifically Skyrim modding, because that's what we did a lot of at GameSpot. We had a show called Top 5 Skyrim Mods of the Week, where we would just showcase 5 good, maybe not so good mods, usually on PC.
Did it have a jingle?
It had...
The exploding chickens
yeah,
kind?
it had an exploding chicken. So an explosion and then a crash to desktop was kind of our thing.
Okay. It wasn't like top 5 Skyrim mods of the week.
Of the week! Yeah! Though I'm now really regretting not having that.
If only I
Yeah.
could turn back time.
Turn back time.
Yeah, so basically I was doing that for a while, but in more immediate terms, I have been working on a lot of video game trailers since lockdown started. Cause
You'll have seen Seb's work for
Yeah.
sure.
all sorts
or
of, you may have
heard.
even heard it, yeah.
Yeah.
Lately I've been doing a lot of voiceover for TV ads. So
Have
if
you?
you've, yeah, I've done quite a few for Nintendo. So
Oh.
if you've heard anyone go something along the lines of download the games you want when you want them on Nintendo eShop, then it was
Are
this
we going
guy.
to have to pay you for that now? Is that the...
Oh, you are, so it's really expensive. No, actually, I think Nintendo pays us. So
Nice.
this, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
I'll just say it a few more times and
go on, what
pay
was
for
it-
these
what you
beers.
said?
They'll owe us something.
Download.
Download the
Download
games that you want when you want them
when you
on
want them.
Nintendo eShop. But
Download
don't
the
sound too
games when you
excited.
want them on Nintendo
because
eShop. There you go, Nintendo.
We can't be seen
Money
to
for me.
be, enjoying lockdown or anything. So,
Oh, that's
But-
right. Yeah.
but also, I was doing the PGA Tour Tour, which came out today, I think.
Oh.
And then, other than that, I have been currently making, alongside with Cam, a bunch of trailers for the upcoming crazy game Surgeon Simulator 2.
Yay!
So that has been my life of late. So much so, Aoife, that did I wake you up in the middle of the night?
Oh my god, I forgot about that. literally the early hours of this morning. I just hear him start chatting. He's like, "No, I've got those clips. I've got those clips that you want." And I was like,
What?
"What?"
What?
No,
And
we
then-
need to
no, we
change
need-
the shot. We can change the shot.
And I was like, "Seb, what are you talking about?"
And I was
And
like,
he goes, I think I was dreaming about work, and I think I just started talking out loud. I was like, shh, go back to sleep.
I don't think I've ever dreamt about work and vocalized it, but once
Seb,
when I was,
dream.
oh sorry, yeah, what?
No, go for it.
I used to work as a vision mixer, and I used to cut the shots. I'd be like, coming to camera 1, on camera 1, camera 2, whatever. And I was in a shop and I was paying for some food, and I gave her the money. I went 1 on 1, And I was like, what the fuck? I just called a shot while I was passing my money. So she looked at me like I was insane. I was like,
She's like, what are you talking about?
Yes, that is how conversation works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was talking in binary.
111000110. That really, I couldn't stop laughing this morning. It was because he realized before I did what had just happened. And he's like, oh.
I think I might be confusing
I think I
real
messed
life.
up.
Have you ever tried one of those apps that records you when you're sleeping, so it picks up your like if you talk in your sleep and stuff?
I would be too afraid.
Do you talk in your sleep, Ian?
I went through a phase of kind of like mumbling and stuff. I suffer from insomnia quite a lot, so I'm like, whatever. And my wife got one of these apps and set it up, and it's like a noise activated, so it kind of starts recording if it hears you start going, well, there's monsters in my shoes or whatever. Unfortunately,
Not the shoe dream again.
I know, fucking monsters in my shoes all the time. It's worse than the naked dream. When we listened to it back, the only thing it recorded was me doing 3 night farts. So
that's why I don't want it.
Yeah, that would be him 100%. Also. So.
I'd have no battery left in the phone. It'd be recording
that is a very big signal there. I wonder what I was saying. Oh no!
God,
that didn't last for very long. That app.
Yeah, for us it would mostly be Kitty screaming at about 5 a.m. as well.
Speaking of, he's literally just turned up screaming at my feet.
Well,
good.
Flintenstein in a super chat did say where'd the rest of the Wilson Ford household go, and then has done a kitty emoji.
Oh,
so,
yes, Seb. Kitty has his own emoji. Did you know that?
I did know that because I'm always in your chats.
That's true.
Hello, I'm Ken says, can't believe you guys are drinking in my favourite pub in the StarCraft game. Seb, how is it like? What is it like working? How is it like working in the video game industry?
How is it like working in the video game industry? If you like games, it can be the best. However, working in the games industry does mean that you have to play all games.
I can hear him.
You can literally... Hang on, let's see.
I can hear him as well.
No, he sprinted. He's stuck at the door.
Let him.
I'm sending him up to you.
Sending him up to me.
Yeah.
I'll open my door.
Go this way. Go this way, you idiot. Oh, God, I hate... no, he's leaving. All right, fine. Stupid cat.
They've got a no pets rule in this bar anyway.
Yeah.
They don't want space fleas and things like that.
He'll be back in a sec, yowling, begging. Oh, there. Aoife's arrived. I also, by the way, I'd seen someone, Carl Richardson had super chatted about In 2 Minutes, which was a really silly sketch show that we did, Cam and I did with Lucy James.
I was kidding.
Literally, you take him. He's not going to come on camera near me. He knows I hate. I've been completely sidetracked. Oh yeah, video games industry. Yeah. It is good. You do end up having to play games that you either aren't all that crazy fond of, or are not particularly good at. So that's a thing to bear in mind sometimes. People kind of expect you to be like an expert at every single version of every single game, which is just not possible.
Yeah, no, that is when you're having to swap between games to keep up with a hectic release schedule. It's kind of impossible to be skillful at every game.
Yeah, it is. No, it's totally impossible. Like I tried. So a bit of a spoiler, but me and Zoe are starting a new Let's Play tomorrow.
What?
And it's a series I thought I was pretty good at, but because I've been playing so many other games at the moment, was a bit rusty. So, yeah.
Is it a surprise?
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise. What time tomorrow will this surprise be
12
unveiled?
12 p.m. BST.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes. Have we caught up with Super Chats?
We haven't. Lloyd Mave says,
No.
Savvy B, I'm with Seb and Aoife. We need to get you back to Derry and Buckfast. Also, the wholesomeness is delightfully strong with this stream.
Yay! It's been a while since we've been to Derry. We are definitely overdue, but waiting for it to be a little bit safer, for sure.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea.
Have you ever had Buckfast? Either?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Didn't
Have you
Johnny
eaten?
used to have but Johnny used to have a bottle on his desk, I think.
I don't think it was ever touched though. I think it was just there, just for in case of emergencies, open bottle kind of thing.
Oh gosh, we've missed a lot of super chats actually.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Person McRealfellow's done one.
you
Hello
reckon?
and Skull. When will the happier Tavern Time pins ship? Well, they have already started shipping. We've seen a lot kind of popping up on our feeds. Mine arrived the other day.
Here's mine.
Yeah. So you should be keeping an eye out for them because it's definitely, if it hasn't arrived yet, it's on its way to you.
They are. I think I saw a couple land in America, and then but most of them have been the UK. So
keep a weather eye on the horizon. But I love them. I think they look great.
it's
Hopefully
really
everyone
cool.
else likes them too. We've got a super chat from Deep Subs. It says, "Hey Ian, enjoyed your flight sim video,
thank you.
and glad to find another Flight of the Navigator childhood fan.
Yes.
What made you pick that
Compliance.
movie/scene?"
I was just trying to think of films with like flight scenes in with recognizable landscapes, and there's that scene in Flight of the Navigator where David and Max are flying in the craft. They're trying to find the 1980s house, and David's brother's firing fireworks off the roof of the house, and they're trying to navigate via that. That scene's always stuck in my mind. I was like, I'd love to find out where that house is. So I went on like 80smovietrivia.com or something, found like the exact map locations for that house, and then like in the film, they fly up this exact river that I managed to find and park up outside the house. It's such an accurate like recreation of the world. Like you could, I'm sure there's so many other films basically you can recreate in it just because of how lifelike it is.
That film stuck with me only for one particular scene. I haven't watched it since I was younger than the age the child actor is in the film.
Oh god.
And it was only a bit where it goes, "That was a third-class maneuver," and he's like, "Third class? Then what's a first class?" And then it goes,
Stretches out, yeah.
yeah. And then for the rest of the film, I was like, what does a second-class maneuver look like? And you know what they do? They never show you.
They never show. No, they left it for the sequel, and then it never got made. Young Sarah Jessica Parker's in that film. She's very young.
Really?
Yeah. And also the lead actor now, I think he's in prison now. I
thought you were going to say some other film. Nope, in prison.
No, he's like many Hollywood child
series.
actors. Yeah, things went downhill for him a bit, I think, unfortunately.
Have we welcomed our new member?
We have not. Go for it.
Kevin Beaumont.
Hey, Kevin Beaumont.
Welcome.
Yeah,
awesome.
welcome.
Did I do it right? Did I high-five right?
You did. You high-fived really good. Do you know, I've seen that Rory McGill is in the chat saying, Buckfast, say a prayer, Waynes.
Square win. Hi, Rory. Buckfast says, happy Friday, gang. Got a Fall Guys night lined up with a couple of mates and beer on the way. Oh, that's going to be a good time.
Amazing.
Got my happy hour Tavern Time pin this week. Shiny. Enjoy your weekends.
Yes, they are so shiny, actually. They're quite large. Like, they're a good size. Very fancy.
They are. They're really well made, actually. Like, they're nice and solid and... Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
Good workmanship.
Robust.
Good workmanship. I've scratched Fook out of it. No, I haven't really. It's lovely. We have one of my mates. He knows a guy who owns a pub, and they had a big projector screen in, and they were doing Pass the Pad on Fall Guys in the pub.
Oh, that's so
beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah.
I really want to play some more. I'm sure we'll play some more next week. Seb, you've only played it once so far, right?
I sat down to play it for about an hour. I think I maybe have played 6 games total. Although 2 of them I came second, so I was like, I'm not awful.
This is true. The very first time he played it, like ever, he came second. I was really annoyed. So I was like, that's not.
I was livid.
Okay.
I was livid. That should have been mine. Like, it should have been mine.
I was annoyed for a different reason, but yeah.
I need to play more of that. I just don't have time, like, ever.
No. But so talking about flight sim, we saw a thing the other day. Like, so there's weird glitches, like, you know how you say like everything's sort of perfectly recreated. There's one the other day. Was it in Sydney?
It's in Melbourne.
Yeah, where the big giant skyscraper was.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Something to do with the data that the company who made the game mined. Like it's
wasn't it from Bing Maps or something like that? Because if you go onto Bing Maps, there's this absolute monster of a tower that just soars out of nowhere, and on Google Maps it's not there, but they've got the whole like 3D rendering tech in that area.
I think that's what it was from, because the person, like people just, I think it's crowdsourced data or something, and whoever entered it just basically added an extra 2 and added 200 floors to this 21-floor building or something. And
That's incredible.
It touches space, basically.
Yeah, it does. It's like just shooting up out of like the ground.
I
It
flew
looks
by.
like
Yeah, I flew by it, and the shadow just stretches over half of Australia. It's like, whoa!
Is it still there?
It's still there for now. Yeah, I had to
Good.
record a bit of footage for GCAT, so the Games Clips and Tips channel that Gamer Network runs.
Have you flown low over the Eurogamer offices yet?
I have flown low over the Eurogamer offices. It's not very well created,
Aw.
recreated. Brighton isn't, but
Aww.
I did fly over there and the pier and everything like that.
I guess it depends on what data is available for what places. Like New York, like Manhattan, for example, has full 3D scale modeling done.
Las
like
Vegas is
Yeah.
incredible. You can recognize all the famous casinos
so
from
cool.
the air, like the Pyramid one and the Eiffel Tower one and everything. You can spot them from miles away. It's so good.
That's a place I've never been, is Las Vegas.
I went
No.
for 5 days a couple of years ago, and it was 2 days too long. 3 days is enough.
Right.
You get the first day, which is like, whoa, cool, I'm in Las
Whoa.
Vegas, lights, neon. You get the second day, which is like, ooh, cool, I'm going to go here, try some food, I'm going to go to these casinos, going to spend some money. You get the third day for the hangover, and then that third day is the
wanna go
day
home?
you start seeing behind the cracks. Basically, it's kind of like Walt Disney World for adults. So everything is like facades and fake smiles and fiberglass structures and things.
I don't think that would be my
It's just a bit
favourite.
fake, isn't it?
It is,
like,
yeah.
without the magic of Disneyland, I guess.
I think 3 days, hardcoring it 3 days with some gambling and some boozing. It's a good laugh. But yeah, by the 5th day, I was just like, I won't go home now. I've seen it all.
Where have you not been yet that you really want to go?
Great Wall of China.
Really?
Yeah, I've always wanted to
Okay.
walk along. Ever since I was in primary school.
Tomb
I saw,
Raider?
no. No, it was a Sesame Street episode, actually.
Oh,
The Sesame Street crew walked along the Great Wall of China, or they did something there. And I've always wanted to go. And I was supposed to go there after university when I went travelling with some friends, but SARS broke out. So there's bird flu.
oh my gosh.
And the travel agency were like, you should probably change where you're going because it's pretty bad around there. So we ended up going to Singapore and Bali instead, which was still awesome, but
It's still
I
pretty
still
good.
need to Great Wall of China it at some point.
Aw, Ian, that's so wholesome.
Well, where did that come from?
Now I'm like, I want to go to Amsterdam and see a show. But no, Great Wall, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, I've totally seen one of those shows. Saw it with you.
Me?
And,
one? Oh yeah.
in Amsterdam.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I had my stag do in Amsterdam, so...
Listen, you got to see all the things.
And you do see all the things.
You do see all the things.
More
so,
things than you would expect.
Yeah, less of some things than you'd expect, though.
Well, when you've been up on stage like 7 times in the last 45 minutes, sometimes it's not going to be always that easy to show all of the things. Who's to say?
Let's move quickly on from this stuff.
But I was like, you go, troopers,
Yeah.
you go.
Oh,
Well
yeah.
done. Yeah.
They did. They put on
They
a
were
good
troopers. They were
show.
really doing their best. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I really want to go to Disneyland, and one of them, I don't know which one, but
I've never been to a Disneyland either.
no.
I've been to Euro Disney.
Yes,
That's it.
same. But like when I was a kid, so
I went as a kid. I don't really remember it, but I went for Minecon 2012. I want to say.
No way.
Not as an attendee. I was there live streaming it.
Right.
And I had to all the magic was ruined because I was working backstage and behind the scenes. So I saw Disney's head. Sorry, Disney.
you saw the picture head of Mickey Mouse just on a spike.
Yeah, and he looks at you the whole way. No, I saw Mickey taking the head off.
I hear they
backstage, and I
get
was like,
banished
no.
if they do that in public. It's
Yeah,
banished.
Yeah.
100%, 100%. But at one point, I was crawling, and I'm not even kidding, literally commando crawling through an air vent, like Splinter Cell style.
Wow.
Running fiber optic cables through the kitchens of Disneyland Paris, and I was like, oh man, What happened?
That's kind of awesome, though.
What happened to me?
The amount of video games where I've crawled through ventilation shafts, and I've never done it in real life.
Yeah, I've done it one time. Crawled through an actual vent shaft.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Because I was
Very
the smallest
diehard.
person. Yeah, Johnny
Aw.
Chiodini can vouch for me on that story because he was there too.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all. It's funny how like when it stretches back, we've all worked together at some point in time or another. It's funny. It's yeah. So we have a couple of super chats. One from Lieutenant Snowbeard. It says, "I kind of want to cancel and then become a new member again, just to get a high five from Seb."
Big high five for you. Boom.
Boom!
Yes.
Nice.
And then we've got another one from the one who snacks. Seb, you absolute stud. I have
Oh.
always been curious about a story Aoife mentioned in a Let's Play video long ago. Could you please give your perspective on when you fought a peacock while hungover?
Yes, I would also like to hear this perspective.
I can. Oh god, I don't even have a beer to drink to make this more palatable.
You
So,
do have beers in the fridge.
I know, thank you. Aoife got those for me. So I was on a stag do for a friend of mine, and basically the theme of the stag was presidents. And we hired this Airbnb, which was like a miniature version of the White House. Like literally had the white pillars out front and everything. And everyone was issued a president to be for the weekend. And we had like a big like presidential dining table. It was so
guess
much
which
fun.
one Seb was, chat. Don't tell them yet.
Oh,
Guess
yeah.
which one he was.
Guess which one I was. We had a set of rules, which was basically there was like a statue out front. If anyone broke any of the rules, you had to climb on the statue and you were pelted with peaches, so you were impeached. And basically,
Excellent
what ended
physical
up
pun.
yeah, exactly. So what ended up happening was, as with most weekend piss-up events, everyone went way too hard on the first night, like way too hard.
Always the way.
And on this property, they had 2 peacocks that were just like roaming the grounds, which we were like, oh, adds to the atmosphere. But instead, we were playing beer pong, but with gin and neat gin, which is just the worst. It's the worst. And anyway, I woke up in the morning feeling horrid to the core, horrid. And I went outside, as I often do when I'm hungover, because, you know, fresh air often like brings me around that little bit quicker. But one of the peacocks had made a beeline for my car, which is the same color. It's like a peacock blue, basically, and had been doing laps of the car, seeing its reflection in every panel, and pecking the absolute shit out of it.
Oh no!
And I got there after being at this for about 45 minutes, and the car was in such a bad state. There were scratches on everything. It had gotten up on the bonnet and was pecking at that. There were scratches on the roof somehow. But the thing is, I was like obviously, I was just like, fuck off, bird, chicken, thing. But the thing is, like, I wasn't wearing shoes, and it was like a gravel drive.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck off. And then the hangover would kick in. So I'd be like, fuck off. Just vomiting. Meanwhile, the peacock would go like, and just like scuffle around to the other side of the car and just resume its like ferocious pecking. And I'd be like, no, get away. Get away. And then, and then the tears came. And basically everyone else who'd been there that night was just sort of sat there with their like coffee or, another beer or whatever. And was just like, how about that?
Oh, there he goes.
Oh,
How has he still got more to throw up? I don't know.
would have been.
I don't know. He's still going. Yeah.
Sat there with a coffee and a mobile phone, recording it for posterity.
Yeah, totally. Oh no, you
Anyway.
weren't allowed to take pictures that weekend, though, right?
Oh, was it?
Oh no, that was an impeachable offence for sure.
Oh right. Yeah.
But basically, ever since then, I've never particularly liked peacocks, but since then I was just like, fuck peacocks.
They're shit.
They are
glorified chickens.
Absolutely glorified chickens. Yeah.
Chickens with notions. That's what we call them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, peacocks sound like my mum as well when she's calling me. They go, Eon! Eon!
Ian.
I'm treating myself to a beer for that as well.
Do it.
So the chat is saying that was the best story ever, but like you haven't heard Seb's story about the horse, which I might get him to tell
Oh, please.
later
Please do.
because have you heard that story, Ian?
I haven't, no.
Okay,
I'm
the horse
interested.
story is it's either we can let him choose. It's either the horse story or the time he got arrested. So
Wow, both stories seem
I
good.
picked up 2 of your best stories because the chat thinks that's the best story ever, and I said that you have more. So you can either tell the horse story or the time you got arrested story.
The horse story is not my story. That is someone else's. I just I retell
It's a very
it.
good story though.
Yeah, I mean, unless you like horses, in which case it's not a good story.
It's not a good story.
Basically, I remember I was back at my last flat before I moved here with Aoife, and I was sat with my flatmate, who also used to work at GameSpot, a guy called Martin Gaston, and he was with his then girlfriend at the time, and she was really, really upset because she had like part ownership of a horse. The horse was really unwell, and she wasn't able to like go and take care of it, and she was really into looking after and caring for a horse. And I don't know why I thought this, but I was like, I know a really funny story about a horse that dies, if you want to hear that.
Probably not the best time.
I've never, like, you know what in films where you get that, like, double glare, and someone basically just going...
Yeah, not now, Seb.
And I was like, okay.
Moving
So, for those of
along.
you who do want to hear that story, it goes
but
something
wait,
like...
which president were you first? Because the chat wants to know.
Oh, I was
Lyndon
JFK.
B. Johnson.
Because he's the handsomest one. So.
I was JFK. So when we had the president's dinner, I went down with my suit, my little blue tie, and I also had like a little bit of like brain matter like coming out of the back of my head, and then I had like a bullet wound. I know technically it was the wrong side, but I put a little like putty bullet wound on the front.
Anyway, story.
Excellently dark side.
It was a stag do.
Okay, yeah, it was. To be fair, it was
I can see why photos are an impeachable offence.
Okay. So this is a story about a horse that dies. So I'm just gonna like preface that, but it was an old horse.
Okay.
So we're gonna go with that.
No worries.
Anyway.
No, Ian.
Basically.
I heard that.
I'm gonna just use the word stepdad because it's easier. Technically not, isn't anymore. It doesn't matter. My stepdad, his mum used to live on a farm with stables, and she had this horse that she'd had for years and years and years and years, and the horse was just so past it, and every now and then it would sort of collapse in its stable, and she'd call the vet out, and the vet would jab it, and the horse would get back up again, and the vet would be like, look, we need to really consider putting this horse down because it's about that time. And she'd be like, no, absolutely not, no, the horse is fine, give him the shot, get him back up again. And an amount of time would pass, and down it would go again, and shot, up it would come. Anyway, at some point she had to go away, and she left the horse in the care of my stepdad. And sure enough, she's away. Down he goes in the stable, and he calls the vet, and he's like, look, I think we could probably safely get away with saying that the horse died naturally while she was away. It's old. We all agree it's in the best interest of the horse. And the vet completely agrees, and so gives him a shot. Up he gets. They walk him out into a field. Give him another shot. Down he goes, this time for good.
Not getting back.
And it's now his job to start basically getting out a digger and digging a grave for this great big horse. And the thing is, it was in the middle of summer, and it was in this field that was like hard-baked clay.
Oh, no.
And despite having a digger, it's just scratching at this surface, and like nothing's happening. And he's like, oh, okay, come on. So he's digging this hole, and he's getting there, but it's slow. And the sun's starting to go down. He's like, you know what? I've just got to... It's deep enough. I can push him in sideways, and he'll be fine. So he lines up the digger, and he gets the bucket, and he just starts like nudging this horse into this hole. But as it reaches the hole, it doesn't like slide in sideways, buryable. It rolls in perfectly on its back with its legs dead straight up in the air. So he's like, okay, well there's a problem here.
Just put some wood on it and call it a table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretend there's like you planted 4 trees. Stick some leaves on it.
So he's like he tries to like tie the horse's like hooves together and like haul it back out again, but that's not working. So he's like, sun's going down, Mum's coming back, I got to deal with this. So he gets a chainsaw.
Fuck! I was worried this was where it was going.
And he just starts sawing through his mum's beloved pet's legs. Into the hole.
Oh my god.
Into the hole. And just, called it a day at that. Anyway, buried it. As far as we know, she's never found out. Unless she's watching the stream, in which case...
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, Seb's stepdad's mum's just subscribed. Thanks.
And
Anyway.
that horse's name, Old Yeller. And he's here tonight.
Wheel him in, guys. Yeah.
Amazing.
Ruthie Pinion did a super chat saying, dead horse or baby bombs, which is worse?
Oh,
I honestly couldn't
They're
call
both
that.
on the same level, I think.
I'm really sorry for any subscribers you lost or members you lost for telling that story. We started that story with 1 thumb down, and we're now at 3. So
Oh, no.
That's the sale of approval. Ruthie Pinion did another super chat a little bit earlier on that says, on the topic of those sleep apps where you upload what you said, we played some that are uploaded by other people, and my favourite was, would you like to buy a poo cake? Some random person had said that in their sleep and uploaded it to the sleep app website.
Oh, you can listen to other people's things.
Yeah. So if they say really weird shit like, would you like to buy a poo cake?
See, the thing is, like, I think I have done that before, where you're like half awake and half asleep, and you say something out loud, and then you're like, that doesn't make any sense.
That's nonsense.
That's absolute gibberish.
It made sense
until it left
seconds
my
ago.
mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm seeing in the chat a couple of people asking, like, did she not ask where the horse went? No, the horse was dead and buried. That was the story that was told to her. The chainsaw was not mentioned.
Okay,
she doesn't know that her beloved pet was. Yeah.
So she thinks it was buried in one piece and not 5 separate pieces.
Exactly.
Per horsey. Well, what are you gonna do? You know, rigor mortis is. It's just a difficult thing to get around.
It's a stubborn bitch. Is what it is.
Yeah. Oh no. So yeah, the arrest story is also great, but maybe we should save that for later. We can't be giving away all your best material right off the bat. So
yeah, well, you know what? It's 4:50. I have about 3 hours more material.
He does.
Really,
he really does.
Really awful stories. But that, believe it or not, they actually go downhill from there. So let's let's take it somewhere else first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find some quizzes.
I have one. Eat your way through this dessert buffet, and we'll reveal which Disney sidekick matches your personality.
If it's not Sebastian the Crab, they can GTFO.
Well, let's find out. Maybe it is Sebastian the Crab.
All right.
Seb's a fan of Disney movies, you guys.
I am a fan of Disney movies. I am also a fan of my namesake in there as well. And I do know literally all the words to Under the Sea. You know
all the words to all Disney songs. Come on now.
That's true. You get issued the lyrics.
I have seen you at Eurogamer Christmas parties on karaoke's.
Oh yes.
Ripping through a couple of Disney songs for sure.
Showing everyone a whole new world.
Oh God. Yeah, in more ways than one. Most times when we're like having a family get together, I would say 9 times out of 10, it ends with us all singing. Like, not even just karaoke, we just like to sing.
Just sing Disney.
We just like to sing Disney. Not mostly Disney. We sometimes do musicals. Like we have broken into Phantom of the Opera more than once.
Yes.
So.
And Wicked and a few
and
others.
Wicked
as well.
and we just.
Our current vice is help me out, Aoife.
What? Dear Evan Hansen.
Through the window.
Yeah, Dear Evan Hansen. Yeah. It's so good. I can't wait. We were gonna go see it, and then the world fell apart. So
it did.
We're gonna go see it eventually. Yeah. Anyway, okay. You ready?
Yes. Am I doing this?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, guests first, and then we'll find one for you, Ian. Okay. First, pick a chocolate dessert: brownies, chocolate chip cookies, lava cake, or cheesecake.
Chocolate dessert cheesecake.
Yeah.
That is.
You get chocolate cheesecake.
Yeah, I would never choose a chocolate cheesecake. That seems weird. So I'm going to say it's between the first three. And that's tough because it's always depending on like how you feel. I would pick any one of those over any other depending on my mood. Right now, I would choose brownie. Yeah, that's brownie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We haven't made brownies.
No,
We
have.
I have trouble.
I'm really sorry, everyone.
I have trouble making a bed. So
What was the last thing you made, Ian?
a mess of this room.
Fair.
God, have I made? Have I made anything ever?
Have you ever baked?
No. I think the last thing I made was the Milky Boy mask for Alien Isolation.
That's not true. You made a prairie oyster. So.
Oh fuck! Oh god, my brain had.
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh no, my brain.
I got a little
that.
preview of that, and it was magical to watch.
I nearly had a rerun of it afterwards.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it looked like it was down to the wire. Like it was real close.
Crikey! Yeah.
It was my favorite part of that video. Is the bit where you suddenly go from this is just a video to I now suddenly have to drink this, and there's a very sudden moment where you just kind of go,
Why have I done this?
Because
I actually have to drink this now.
yeah, because the white of the egg started to like congeal around the edge of the glass.
Oh, did it start like it looked like
Cooking.
it's starting to
Yeah,
cook?
it's like the alcohol
Yeah.
was cooking it on the side of the glass, and I was like, "Oh, my, there's a lot of liquid here." Like in the videos I'd seen, like I'd seen it in an animation, and
Yeah,
it did
it was
not
Cowboy Bebop,
yeah,
right?
and there did not seem to be that much liquid in there, and I was like, "Oh god, okay." And
Gross.
then when I swallowed it, it was like there's like a full mouthful, and I was, and yeah, like you know, my eyes started watering. I was like, "Oh no, I can't vomit on camera."
Because then I've got to record it all again.
Oh no! But you could have done like a whiskey sour. You could have done anything else. That was just the grossest one, but it
Yeah.
was
It really
worth
was.
it. It was worth it. So, yeah.
I actually cameoed in that video as well, so I was.
You
did,
did.
yes. Yeah.
You did more than cameo. You came up with the whole concept for our cocktail. So that's fine.
I did come up with the garnish. I was really
Yes.
proud of that.
The garnish is the best part,
Yeah.
and it actually got cut from the final video. But Seb, if you remember, members, we had a discussion about whether this cocktail should be shaken or stirred, and we ended up shaking it. Afterwards, Seb stirred it, and it was
100 times better.
way better.
It was
it was so
not
much
to be
better.
that guy, but like it was so much better.
It was so much better. It was unreal.
I saw by the way a question from Max Barr before we get back to the quiz, which was the only Sebi I've ever known stopped using Sebastian after hearing Under the Sea too many times in preschool. Is this your experience? No, I actually went the other way. When I was in primary school, I hated my name because I was like, oh, I'm the only Sebastian and it's so dorky. And then when I grew up, I was like, yeah, I'm all right for it. So
I love the name. I mean, I know I'm biased, but like, I love the name Sebastian. But I've never heard anyone call you Sebastian.
No one really does. Americans do. I think Americans kind of fetishize slightly a Brit called Sebastian. Like, it's like, hello, my name's Sebastian.
Yeah.
Could I draw you or something? You know?
He breaks hearts when he goes over to the US with that accent for sure.
There's definitely no Ians in a Disney movie, that's for sure.
Oh well, there's no Aoifes anywhere, so where is the name Ian from?
Scotland, I think. I think it's like
Really?
it's something. I think it's like
Yeah.
Gaelic for John, maybe. I don't know if I made that up or not. Well, I'm gonna Google it. I guessed it.
It's the idea that your name. What does it mean? Another name.
It just means John. What does Ian mean? Here we go. Let's find out. Oh, the name Ian means God is gracious, and it is of Scottish origin. I was right. It's the it's the Celtic version of John, not the Gaelic version of John.
Okay.
And it's pronounced Ian, allegedly.
Ian.
Ian. Hello, my name is
Ianna.
Ian Hickton.
The thing is, like, I feel like you can't trust those some of those readings of names, because like for years, like so many sites were like, oh yes, Aoife is the Irish version of Eve, and it's like that's not true at all. It's its own thing because Ireland has its own history and its own etymology of words. But yeah, Ian's a nice name.
Yeah, well,
I
according
need to
to
crawl upstairs and slide the soapbox under Aoife's feet right now.
according to my favourite website, urbandictionary.com,
Oh, God.
Ian is the kind of guy who will piss you off and then make you laugh, which sounds about right, to be fair.
You've never pissed us off, Ian.
It's the name of Ian's upcoming new series. Check it out on Eurogamer.com.
We have a super chat from Lloyd Mave that says, I hate to be a naysayer, but that story has given me a long face.
Hey!
I'm ready to flog a dead horse. Wah! Wah!
It cost you money to make that comment.
And it was worth every penny. Okay, all right, I'm going back to the quiz now. Okay, Seb, pick a French dessert. I know, I'm pretty sure which one of these you're going to pick.
Crème brûlée.
Macarons. Yeah. Oh my God. Do you want me to even read out the other ones?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, go on, read them out.
So it was macarons, which I know you don't really like unless
I
they're
don't mind
quite
them.
high
They're
quality.
okay. Yeah.
Chocolate croissant, which you also like. Creme brulee, which I know is your favorite. And eclairs.
Oh, yeah, brulee.
Yeah.
And although, if I had to pick a second place, it would still be a macaron. I think they...
Really?
Yeah, well, since we had good ones, I was like, oh, this is what they're supposed to taste like.
Yeah,
it's like the difference of when people say, like, oh, yeah, I love meringue, and then your only experience of meringue is eating those, like, overbaked
Dusty
nests
things.
that were, like, just turned to dust. Yeah, they're awful. So, no, I will say brulee. For
Good
sure.
macarons are real good. Real
Yeah.
good. Okay, pick a donut. Jelly, so jam.
Just one?
The whole tray.
There's no way I could pick just one.
There's jelly. There's like strawberry glaze. Nutella, full of hazelnuts, and cinnamon sugar.
Tricky. I would normally just go for a jelly donut, but cinnamon sugar is a bit of a curveball at the end there, so I'm going to go with that.
Cinnamon sugar is real good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pick some cookies. Sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies, which we're already at another answer, so I feel like this is a bit whatever. Gingerbread cookies, or nobody's choice, oatmeal raisin.
Oh, no, chocolate chip, thanks.
Okay. Why would anyone pick oatmeal raisin? You know what? Oatmeal raisin, when you know what they are fine. But the fact that they look like chocolate chip and you bite into them thinking that they're chocolate chip, I've got
Little
trust issues
nuggets
because
of
of that.
disappointment. Yeah.
It's like parsnips in a roast dinner. Like you think it's going to be a nice.
Parsnips?
Yeah, well, sometimes you think, oh, that's going to be a lovely roast potato, and then
Oh.
instead of being crispy on the outside and soft on the
Yeah.
inside, it just smooshes, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, fair enough.
disappointment mouth.
Okay, pick a fruity dessert.
Ooh.
Strawberry shortcake, fruit salad, lemon tart, or blueberry cheesecake.
Ooh, good choices. Right now, I would have any of those. Right now, lemon tart, because I'm quite warm, and citrus is where it's at. Citrus. Lemons.
Lemons. Okay, now pick a cake. Chocolate cake, vanilla cake, lemon cake, or carrot cake.
Is vanilla cake like Victoria Sponge? Is that what we're suggesting?
No, it's like it doesn't have any jam in it. The picture.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So chocolate, lemon, or carrot?
Carrot. We've made a lot of good lemon ones recently.
We have, but my last answer was lemon. Oh, I'm going with it. Lemon.
Okay.
Lemons.
Okay, finally, choose a sweet drink. Bubble tea.
Choose lemons.
Lemons.
I choose lemons always. Milkshake, smoothie, or a hot chocolate.
I have never had bubble tea.
Neither have I.
Every single time I see pictures of it, I'm like, that looks like someone came up with the most unappealing idea, and like it's like someone took salmon roe and poured it into like muddy water. It looks so disgusting.
I love bubble tea.
What's the
I'd rather-
appeal? Is it like milky? Like
No,
and then it has
you can have milky bubble tea, or you can just have like a fruit juice one. I normally go for the fruit juice one. So you go there and you
Okay.
pick a fruit juice like I don't know, strawberry, and then you pick the bubbles. Yeah, I want some raspberry bubbles in there, and you put them in there, and it's they're like made out of something like tapioca or something. And you have these big straws, so you're sucking up the strawberry drink, and then these bubbles go bloop bloop into your mouth, and then if you give them a little squidge with your tongue, they pop, and then you get an extra burst of flavour.
I don't
That's
like
nice.
things popping in my mouth without me knowing about it first. So yeah,
Nope.
no, I need to have forewarning about that. I don't like
hard pass.
surprises.
You
Hard
have
pass.
to use the power of the tongue to pop them. It's like, you know the like sweets where you've got like a nice fruity centre. It's kind of like that, but liquid
It's
form.
quite nice.
I think
It's
I'm
nice.
looking the right way. I'm
Can't
just
do
going to go.
I'm
No, wait.
sorry.
No.
I like them. I think you should try it once before you decide.
Okay. No, we should try it. You're right.
Okay.
Try everything.
I'm not
once.
answering with it.
No.
I'm going to say smoothie because, it's temperature appropriate.
That's true.
Lloyd Mave says, "Earfur."
It was about time. Okay, Seb,
Yes.
you are Olaf. You like
Oh,
warm hugs. Your
I
joy
do.
and big personality light up every room. You always put a positive spin on things, even when it's difficult. You love your friends so much and would do absolutely anything for them. I think that's true.
I mean, partly true. Yeah. Depends who qualifies as a friend for sure. But
He's talking himself down.
it would
That's
just be
right.
like, I would fix all their technical issues and then
I mean,
talk
you
to them
would, yeah.
for 25 minutes about why things went wrong long after they've tuned it out.
Yeah, that's very true. Seb
Cool.
likes to explain why things work, even when you don't really
Care.
care to know why things work.
Subsplaining.
Yeah, yeah.
It actually turns out that there's a name for this long before Sebsplaining. It's a term called hair overfording, and it was a term given to my dad because he did exactly the same thing.
Amazing.
And a German gave him that name as well, so that's hence why hair overford.
Uberford. We have some super chats. One from the one who snacks. It says, I feel that Seb. As a guy who is named Sam, I used to wish I had a unique name. Now I'm part of a co-ed Snap group with 15 other Sams, and I love it.
Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
That's amazing.
Do you just go into a room like doctors go, Sam?
Sam, 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 Sam,
Sam.
Sam. Sam's a lovely name, and you know what?
Yeah.
I have a real soft spot for names that can be like for any gender as well. So like, yeah, big fan of that. Okay, Star Sand Bone has done a super chat saying, "You gems. I'm a Disney Imagineer who has been furloughed for 4 months plus. Going to treasure the image of Seb belting Disney songs for weeks to come.
Yay.
What a cool job!
That is a cool job.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That's a cool job.
If we did the late shift on this, the 6 till 8 shift, and
We
I
would
was already
definitely
like
singing.
a few of these down, I would 100% be belting that
Yeah.
out.
Definitely. We watched the on Disney Plus. There's like a 6 or an 8-part documentary on Disney Imagineers, and it is so cool. Like I know all jobs are stressful and come with like their own problems, but like it just seems like such a creative like place to work. It's really so interesting how they design everything and come up with everything. So cool.
Yeah.
Outside Xbox is in the chat
Hey.
saying ball mayhem. Hi, guys. Okay, have either of you got a quiz lined up?
I kind of have a quiz.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So, Seb Ford, as you may well be aware, your surname is Ford.
Yes.
So,
What?
You
Familiar.
Yes, you may have been familiar with that. I don't know. But I was searching for quizzes about Fords. And instead, I've got a quiz called Pining for the Fjords.
Ian, we should have known it would be a pun.
So
Perfect.
there are 10 questions about Norway, and it's
Okay.
and some of them are based around fjords. So
Okay, I'm ready.
Just for you, Seb Ford.
Yep.
Norway is renowned for its fjords. Exactly
is.
what was
True,
responsible?
I win.
Exactly what was responsible for creating them in the first place? Was it volcanoes, glaciers, earthquakes, or Norse gods?
I mean, I know what answer I want to give.
Low key.
Before I answer, who is hosting this quiz?
Funtrivia.com.
No,
Oh,
actually,
they're probably not.
it's the tourist board of Norway, so
Oh,
we can. They
What
don't pay
happened
us,
to
but they should.
trolls? It's obviously trolls is the answer to all of them.
Yeah.
I am gonna say it was pretty far north. Let's go with glaciers.
Okay, good call. I think that's right as well.
Norse gods.
That they helped. They
did.
You know, they
Yeah.
unthawed the
Contributed.
glaciers.
Yeah, exactly.
What is noteworthy about Sognefjord? It is the most recently formed fjord in Norway. It is the most northerly fjord in Norway. It is the longest fjord in Norway, or it is the oldest fjord in Norway.
I don't think there's any way of determining which is the oldest water mass. Like, that doesn't seem like a logical thing.
Can you not cut
for
it in
anyone
half and
to
count
celebrate.
the rings? No.
Yeah, exactly. But this one's pretty old. I'm gonna go with longest.
Longest, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, balls. This is a picture one. What is the name of the peninsula
Yes.
shown here on which Norway is located? You're just going to have to
I'll
guess.
guess.
Or something.
Describe.
Yeah, okay.
Describe it.
Okay, it looks a little bit like the side-on view of a wintry dong.
A wintry what?
Dong?
Penis.
So it's like a... If you can imagine the side-on view of a member and a sack
Yeah.
sideways,
Ian,
but
just say penis.
covered in snow.
But okay,
So it's-
there we go.
it's-
I was like,
like
what,
a long bit.
What's a
and then a
wintry one?
bulb.
Small, like.
But that would be a cold one. But yeah, I guess you're right. No,
Yeah. Okay.
it happens to
So-
the best of peninsulas sometimes.
Oh.
Frosty junk. Got it. All right.
Okay,
Side on frosty
looks
junk.
like side-on frosty junk. Is it
Gotcha.
the Balkan Peninsula, the Iberian Peninsula, the Scandinavian Peninsula, or the Jutland Peninsula? Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna go with Scandinavian, only because it's the only word I knew,
Okay, no, that's good. If in doubt,
and
go
that
with
I
what
know
you
that
know.
Norway is part of.
Go with what you
so-
know, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the balls were Finland.
Oh. Right. Okay.
With which of these countries?
Apologies to any Finns watching.
With which of these countries does Norway not share a land border? Sweden, Finland, Russia, or Denmark?
Hang on. Sweden, Finland,
Russia.
Denmark.
or
Russia. or Denmark.
Yes.
Russia.
Okay, I'll put that down. Jan Mayen is a volcanic island about 1,000 kilometres off the coast of Norway in the North Atlantic. As you can see from this satellite image that I'm showing you right here, it has two larger parts connected by an isthmus. The northern part contains the world's northernmost active surface, as opposed to submarine volcano. What is its name? What a fucking question. Is
my
the
God.
volcano called, basically, name a volcano? Is it Etna?
Okay,
Is
can do.
Etna
Name any
Stromboli,
potato.
Etna Stromboli, Mornelau, or Beerenberg?
Beerenberg.
Beerenberg.
100% Beerenberg.
Definitely.
Because we like beer, we like burgers. So there we
Yeah.
go. It's done. Yeah.
The northernmost point of Norway is found in an archipelago located in the
Archipelago.
That's-
Archipelago?
Archipelago.
Not even going to get involved.
Located.
Everyone, by the way,
Beerenberg,
is
guys.
saying it was Denmark, not
Oh shit.
not Russia.
Oh.
But I thought, because I was like, I thought it was neither Denmark nor Russia, but what do I know?
I thought it would have
Anyway.
been Russia.
Yeah.
Okay, northernmost point of Norway, blah, blah, blah. The collapse of what industry in the 19th century led to the temporary abandonment of Svalbard? Was it petroleum extraction, coal mining,
was-
whaling,
The bears.
or
The bears
tourism?
left it, yeah. Yeah, it's the bears, like the Bear Kingdom. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're...
So what made the bears leave? Was it probably not whaling then? Tourism or coal mining or petroleum?
What would be up there? I I have no idea.
The manufacturer of armor.
That's not an answer, but I definitely think that would be correct.
I'm going to as directly attribute that to mining. I honestly have no idea.
Okay, coal mining.
Svalbard wouldn't be under aggressive tourism, would it?
Yeah.
It was like, let's go to Svalbard. Like,
I honestly would say mining because that's the closest I can. Because they must have they must have chosen Svalbard for a reason for that story. And like when you think of the bears, you think of their skill with crafting.
How do you bears are skilled at crafting?
It's his Dark Materials reference.
Oh, right,
so,
okay. Right.
In his Dark
they're
Materials,
expert metal workers.
the bears are metal workers.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it a
Sky Iron?
Is it a book?
Yeah, and also
Yes.
a series now, a BBC series. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say mining for Sky Iron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to add in for Sky.
There we go.
There we go. Bouvet Island is an uninhabited Norwegian dependency in the South Atlantic, which is an important breeding ground for what kind of bird? Flamingos, puffins, parrots, or penguins? Puffins. Okay. Oh, no, absolutely straight in there.
Like in Star Wars.
Yeah.
The
Skellig Michael.
Skellig
No, it's no puffins. I know. It's just porgs.
Porgs, yeah.
Porgs,
but isn't the reason that they had to put porgs in there was they could not get rid of the puffins from all the shots?
I think it would have cost like millions of dollars to CGI
funny.
out all the puffins.
Just vacuum them up.
Someone was saying that they got in trouble when I was trying to get ideas for my fly video. Someone in... I'll see if I can find it. Basically, they buzzed Skellig Michael and they knocked loads of chicks out of the nests.
That's not funny.
No, you're not supposed to do it. Like it, and they were like they got in a lot of trouble for doing it or something.
I hope
Someone
they were
told me that.
Poor little chicks.
They definitely weren't.
No, I think.
No, stop it.
They'll be like the population will be fine.
I mean,
you know, if you
population will be
you
fine.
gotta laugh. You gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh.
You know when you accidentally buzz a place and everyone perishes.
I mean, if they hadn't been buzzed off the edge, Chewbacca would have roasted them and eaten them anyway.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that poor little pork's face.
Looks at him and is like, oh gosh. Norway has a sizable
That's the same face that you give me when it's like, I need wine. You haven't even given me 2 months yet. Do you have wine?
I do. Of course I do.
Put wine here.
Oh, you took an entire
full
bottle.
Legend.
I'm not here to play, guys, okay? Like, this is Friday. As I said, it's been a long week, so...
Not a space beer.
Well, go get more.
Space beer.
Quick.
Okay, there's only there's 3 more questions left.
We'll get to the end of the quiz.
3 more questions. Norway has a sizable claim in Antarctica. What is the name they give to the region? Which way that they lay claim to? Is it Queen Maud Land? Is it Enderby Land? Is it Coatsland? Or is it George V Land?
Wow.
Colonialism.
Yeah. George V Land.
Queen Maud Land, Enderby Land, Coatsland, George V Land.
I'm going with B, the unpronounceable one.
Enderby Land.
Yes.
Cool.
Enderby Land.
I'd have said Coatsland just because it looks cold and I'd wear a coat if I was there.
Aww.
Smart.
Okay, imagine, if you will, that this is a picture of Norway's oldest national park. Ooh,
it's beautiful.
Scenic.
Yes.
It was established in 1962 and it's renowned for its reindeer. But what's Seb Ford is its name? Is it Rondane? Is it Fulufjellet? Is it Brehimen? Or is it Halixskarvet?
Beautiful.
I think apologize to any Scandinavian person watching this, watching Ian butcher.
I also apologise. It was Halixskarvet.
Oh my god.
That sounded.
It sounds
Swedish,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ronadane, Fulufjellet, Brennaheimen, and Halingsskarvet.
I'm sorry, guys.
There's something very pleasing to the ear.
Listen.
For all of that. Oh,
Will Ferrell made an entire movie off an accent that bad, so if he can do it.
Yeah,
So
we can get away with it for 3 minutes. Yeah,
exactly.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Oh, and if no one's seen like Troll Hunter, go and watch that.
Troll
That
Hunter's
is actually
amazing.
great. Yeah,
That
love
that
it.
might
is great.
genuinely be one of my favorite films. It's absurd and brilliant and all in Norwegian.
So good. Oh, hold on. Netflix is... Hello, Netflix. Yeah, this is
we'll
it.
take
Oh, yeah.
cash, thank you.
Eurovision the movie too. Yeah, I'm in.
hook us
I'm in.
up.
Can Aoife and Seb Fjord have parts. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
cool.
Nice.
We'll film it in Breukheim.
You want to go for
which is my answer.
Breukheim? Okay.
There we go.
Okay, since 1979, this dock here that I'm showing you this picture of in Bergen has been a UNESCO Cultural Heritage Site because the buildings were an important part of the Hanseatic League. What is this region called? Is it called Arna, Bregen, Fana, or Ytrebegada?
I haven't given a D answer in a while, so it's definitely D.
Ytrebegada?
Yes,
Okay.
there, it's beautiful.
I've submit my
beautiful
answers.
Part of the country. I actually have been to Norway once before. I couldn't even tell you where that was.
That's right, you have.
Seb, you got 4 out of 10.
That's actually better than I was expecting. I'll take that.
Well,
which one should I get right?
The average score was 8 out of 10, so...
they're not less good.
Not
less
great.
Good.
Yeah.
Does this mean I lose my Seb Ford status?
I'm afraid you're back to normal. I'm dropping
We're taking that
dropping
J
the J.
right over there. Yeah.
No more J's.
In my J and my gun.
Can I do some super chats real quick?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, the one who snack says exactly that. We also send snaps of all movies with Sam characters and plan on making a law firm called Sam and Sam and Sam and Sam for all Sam clients. I love that.
According to Urban Dictionary, by the way, Sam is your friend who lives sort of close to you and has a car.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any of those. Because I'm always the sucker that's got the car and driving around.
That's true. Christine Webb's also done a super chat saying, "Hi, please forgive me for my lateness. I have a special reason why. This afternoon, my mum and I took part in an online concert with the Self-Isolation Choir. It was fantastic. Now here I am. Congratulations, Christine. Yes. Is there anywhere we can watch it online? Like, is it being recorded for posterity? We would love to hear it. Let us know."
I would love to hear that.
Yes. And then we also have a super chat from Spinoffsy that says, "Welcome to Happy Hour Tavern Time, the World Junk Edition."
Yeah.
And then we have one from Inseer that says, "Oxbox stream had Panic Harden, Oxtra stream had Ball Mayhem, and I just walked into Eurogamer saying member and sack. These streams have really helped me through a stressful workday."
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're always here to make some weird
here to unwind to
this is
difficult conversation.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely helping me unwind after a hard week.
Yeah.
And we have one more super chat from Josh Breeny that says, "I just wanted to remind you all that you're absolutely very kind, absolutely hilarious, and completely wonderful human beings. To those in the chat, you're also amazingly accepting and kind to everyone. I love this community." Oh, this is an amazing community. You're absolutely right, Josh. And all of you out there are wonderful. And I always love to see how lovely and accepting and kind you are to each other.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
We are very lucky video producers.
We are very much so. Yes.
And you're even nice to me in the chat, so I'll take that as well. Yeah.
Well,
I want to get caught in the gravity of this.
Your tech support
praise is on me too.
Yeah, well, it is. You know, you've been very doing a lot of support from behind the scenes, so it's nice to have you here properly and not just coming in from the side to fix something.
Every time I come into the side to fix something or pour your wine or bring you Cheetos, which we do have.
We do.
We do actually have some of those. I'm always not dressed to be on camera, and you're like, "Come on in, say hi." I'm like, "I'm naked."
You're not literally naked. I wouldn't make you come in when you're actually naked, but yeah, sometimes not wearing a top or whatever because it's hot in the house. So
yeah, I do my best work.
Honestly,
everyone does their best. I mean, isn't like everyone's best thinking space in the shower? Like, that's where I have best ideas.
If I'm struggling with a script, I'll go have a shower or something, and normally something pops into my head. Wait, what?
Okay, Ian, it's your turn for a quiz next. I'm trying to find one for you.
I'm getting a beer.
Okay, you go get a beer.
Back in Jivvy.
You don't watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, do you, Ian?
No, I don't. I'm afraid.
Okay.
Only the movie.
Okay.
Oh no. Dread Wolfie says, as a Finn, she demands me to. Nightcat asked me to pronounce a word. He says, Ian, tried to pronounce Mahantulo Sadoketset. I don't know how close that was, Dread Wolfie. You'll be able to tell me.
I'm so sorry, guys.
So, to be honest, I looked back at the comments, and 50% were like, "That's actually quite good, Ian," and 50% were like, "Oh my god, never come to Norway or you'll get murdered."
well, 50%, you
Yeah.
know, that's
They'll
not
be
bad.
waiting for you, Ian. Like at the airport.
Just like,
They'll have your name there. It just says John, but in Gaelic.
Okay. Oh, I have one that one of you can do for me. It's here are 20 shoes. Can you spot the expensive ones? But
is it a
I
picture
can
one?
play this game.
yeah. But we need one for Ian first. So, how about millennials should have no problem doing well in this 2000s pop culture trivia quiz?
Oh yes, seeing as I was born
Yeah.
only 23 years ago, I should have no problem keeping up to
Okay.
date with a quiz about millennial culture.
Oh God, actually,
Ian, you're
Ian,
still you're a millennial, aren't you? You're not Gen X, right?
Are we talking in Eurogamer canon or in? Because in Eurogamer canon, I'm 23.
Right, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're Gen Z then.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
if I hadn't been involved in lots of time traveling shenanigans, I would have been born in 1979, which makes me
What is the-
just on the cusp of Gen
yeah,
X.
I was going to ask what the cutoff point for Gen X is.
I think it's 79.
Huh.
So
See, everyone keeps talking like, oh yeah, millennials, those kids, those darn kids. It's like, no, millennials are like, you know,
Yeah,
they're not
anyone-
kids anymore. Like
yes.
even
No.
lower end millennials. Like, no, you're thinking of Gen
Z.
Y? Z.
Yeah.
Zoomers, that's right. Gen Z or Zoomers, yeah.
yeah. I think
okay.
Gen X sounds
We-
the coolest though. So that's
It,
Yeah.
it does sound cool, and it's the one that Fred Durst references in the popular Limp Bizkit song "My Generation."
there
my
goes the cool part of Gen X. Then bye.
Seb, your references are just as dated as Ian's are.
What are you talking about? Where's my
My
VHS player?
medium takes.
Oh my god, all these quizzes are Disney princesses. I'm trying to find one for you, Ian. Hold on.
I'll do the millennial one.
Here, well, you see, I looked through it and I was like, oh, I don't know about that. The first question is about when Brittany and Justin wore matching denim outfits, and it was like, which award ceremony was this? And I was like, I'm
no,
not sure
yeah.
this is for Ian.
No, I don't.
Iconic movie moments. No.
I'm gonna search for one, but I'm gonna probably go out of shot a little bit, or I'm just
Okay.
a little bit
Okay, yeah.
weirdly big.
If you lean any
Okay.
further forward, I think your forehead might get keyed out slightly. But
I'm gonna do the. I don't want to key the forehead out because people have already been asking like, where does the forehead go? I've got a big forehead.
No.
not as big as mine. You don't. There's some
okay.
circumference on this spammy head, that's for sure. It's called a 5 head. As my friends, my very kind friends, decided to tell me.
Just means you have the most powerful forehead of them all.
It's
Nothing
true.
wrong with that. If you ace this Taylor Swift album quiz, then you're a Swiftie through and through. Also, I don't think that's
ask me that
you.
one. Go on.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
I want
alright.
to do a Taylor Swift quiz.
Okay. Which song does not belong to her 2006 debut album, Taylor Swift?
Oh, I love that one. It's on constant replay.
Is it our song, Invisible, Teardrops on My Guitar, Tied Together with a Smile, I Almost Do, or Tim McGraw? I actually know the answer to this.
I've got respect for any song called Tim McGraw. What is that?
Tim McGraw is, well, I can't spoil it, but give me your answer first.
I'm going to go Tim McGraw because it sounds
Okay,
like
no-
a song about a cowboy.
Okay. That is incorrect. That was her lead. That was the lead single on that album.
Balls.
The correct answer was I Almost Do, because that was from Red. Which of these songs does not belong to her
sorry, Ian.
2008 Fearless album?
Okay.
Jump Then Fall, Love Story, How You Get the Girl, The Best Day, White Horse, or Tell Me Why?
Well, White Horse was a B-side on her 1982 single.
1982. She was minus what? 5?
I don't even know who Taylor Swift is, except for she wears jorts sometimes.
She doesn't
Yeah.
wear
She
jorts.
wears
Ian.
the
We've had
short
this
jorts.
conversation before. No.
The short
Jorts, yeah.
Who wears short jorts?
Hot jorts.
T-Swizzle wears short jorts.
Actually, maybe this quiz was a bad idea. It's like you're speaking in like a foreign language to me, and I'm just like, what?
Okay.
It's just a collection of words.
Well, then maybe I'll find another quiz.
I'll also look for a quiz. If anyone wants to do any BMKs for Seb or any of us as well, while we're searching, or if you have a suggestion for a quiz that we can find.
So I was just searching for a quiz just now, but I can't speak to the value and validity of the quiz. But it is a classic coin-op arcade quiz, apparently.
Oh, okay. That sounds...
This sounds like one for Ian. Go on, then.
Yeah, it's on the BBC Bite Size website, and it is 7 questions long. And I can't say whether or not it's going to be easy or hard. It might be very easy.
I used to do social media for BBC Bite Size.
Oh, then maybe you wrote this.
Maybe no, I didn't. I didn't do much writing.
It's gonna be, I think, very easy for you.
Okay.
So question 1 is: what was the very first commercial video game arcade machine? Was it Pong, Asteroids, or Computer Space?
Arcade one.
What was the very first commercial video game arcade machine?
I'm going to say it was Pong. Asteroids.
Asteroids.
Pong was home console.
Yeah, there was.
Pong was no, wasn't Pong first made on an
oscilloscope kind of thing.
Yes, an oscilloscope. That's what it was. Yeah.
I don't. It was something like that. The first.
Or was that just a rumor?
Like so? Like when you say commercial, what I'm thinking of is one that's in like a chip shop or whatever. 10p in the slot.
Same. That's exactly what I would have thought. But all right, I put Asteroids. I think I can't remember. Question 2. The perpetual busy ghosts in the Pac-Man series are named Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and
Clyde.
Yeah.
I didn't even need to give you options. Kaiju, meaning strange beast in Japanese, and the general term for giant city-smashing monsters, are controlled by the player in which 80s arcade game? Rampage, Berserk, or Centipede?
Rampage.
Ridiculous.
Which was
ridiculously easy.
Recently
I've never
made
heard of that before. I wouldn't get that right.
It was recently made into a movie starring Dwayne the Rock
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I've asked you to watch this before. And
Yeah,
you were
and
like, nah.
I don't like. Okay, so everybody, this is a peek behind the curtain for us. Seb likes watching trash, and I don't like watching trash. So it's
for a film based on a really obscure 80s arcade machine, it's actually all right. It's Dwayne the Rock Johnson being a fun action hero. It's just popcorn.
I love Dwayne the Rock Johnson films. Like Seb, what was the last one we watched? Was that Skyscraper?
Yeah,
Skyscraper. It's on the same lines as Skyscraper. It's not as good as the Jumanji. Jumanji
so good.
Jumanji 2's not as good, but Jumanji 1 is.
Have you seen? What's his other ridiculous one? Oh, San Andreas.
No, we're not watching that one. I'm not. Oh, wait.
You've already seen it. You can't unwatch it.
Is that the one that Kylie Minogue was in?
Yes.
That was the only time I paid attention to that film when I was like,
oh was that Kylie Minogue? I'm like, I'm sorry. I was busy looking at Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
And then I went back to sleep and it was fine.
Nice.
Savage.
Rampage is all right though. It's worth a watch.
I did actually play old Rampage as well.
Yeah.
All right. Before Mario, there was Donkey Kong, Luigi, Sonic.
Is that
AKA
oh, it's just
Kang.
those three.
Danky Kang.
Just those three. That's the answer.
Yeah.
It was Danky Kang.
It was Donkey Kang. And by that, I do mean actual Donkey Kong, right?
Yes.
Not Sonic.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go real fast.
Gotta throw them barrels.
Which of these games is the highest grossing video arcade game of all time? Mortal Kombat, Pac-Man, Space Invaders.
Highest grossing.
That's tough.
I mean, I'm gonna go Space Invaders because it seems like the one that's been around the longest.
Yeah, would I have gone for that as well? Yeah, probably. Space Invaders. Okay. Question 6. The Tetris theme song is actually a Russian folk song about a saucy street vendor. True or false?
Don't know. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess that it is. I'm just going to get. Wait, is it on BBC Bite Size?
It is. Are you googling it?
No, I'm
Stop
just.
Googling it.
I'm not googling it. I'm just wondering, would BBC Bite Size have a question about saucy street vendors? Wait, what does a saucy street vendor sell in
Currywurst.
1700s Uh, yeah, fuck it, yeah. Saucy street vendor.
Yes, true. Okay.
Yeah, sweet.
Question 7. Which classic arcade character's speech is randomly generated by its game's sound chip? Is it Bub, Bubble Bobble, Yoshi, Super Mario World, or Qbert from Qbert?
I think it's Qbert.
Qbert.
Can I
You
just-
got...
Oh,
You want to know?
yes.
Yes.
5 out of 7.
5 out of 2 wrong. No, which 2 did I get wrong?
Question 1. While video games such as Space War and Galaxy Game had been developed for microcomputers, Computer Space was the very first commercial video game arcade machine. It was developed by the team that would soon be Atari, and the controls consisted of rotate, thrust, and fire. High scores
that's
weren't really a
asteroids.
thing yet. You see, that's what I
Basically asteroids,
thought.
isn't it?
That sounds like asteroids to
So
me.
that sounds like there was a prototype made on an oscilloscope which was like asteroids, but it wasn't commercially released. It was like, science dudes doing it.
But Atari did make asteroids, didn't they?
Yeah.
I thought. You know what? I'm not going to go there because
Yeah.
because the chat's going to erupt.
When
They
has
go,
the
"No!"
BBC ever lied to us? It must be right.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And question 5. It probably comes as no surprise that Pac-Man was and is the highest-grossing classic arcade game. There you go.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, no surprise.
Sorry.
No
Yeah. Whoops.
surprise.
For those of us who got it wrong.
I wasn't
Wow.
surprised. I got it wrong on purpose.
So the game
Shady.
grossed $3.5 billion
Wow.
in quarters by 1990. That's the equivalent today of about
Holy.
6.86 billion.
Oh my
It sold
god.
400,000 cabinets.
Holy moly.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
little
quite a lot.
like most of a circle makes
Yeah.
that much money.
Waka 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 waka.
Yeah.
I have an arcade cabinet in my office just there.
Do you?
Yeah, it's an old bomb jack arcade cabinet.
Ooh. We have a super chat from Santosh Boji that says, "Hi, amazing people! Turning 26 tomorrow. Just
Whoa.
wanted to say thanks for keeping me entertained and sane through this crazy year. Love you guys. Happy birthday! 26,
Happy
eh?
birthday.
26,
Oh,
good
my.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 years
That
till
is a
I
good
reach that age.
Also, I saw a comment from Alex, I think it was, that said it's a Skyrim BMK for Seb, Majol, Serana, and Elisif.
Say that again.
Majol, MJOLL, Serana, and Elisif.
These are super obscure characters that I don't remember.
Go Google. While you do that, the Pool is Abstract has done a super chat saying BMK, Chris Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith. So I think that's a good one. So I'm gonna kill Chris Eccleston because whatever. I'm gonna marry Matt Smith and I'm gonna bang David Tennant.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Wait, so
answer.
we got Majol. What was the other one?
Serana, Serana, and Elisif, Elisif. Jarl Elisif.
Jarl.
Oh, yeah, Ellis.
Miol, Nightcat has corrected me. It's Miol is how you pronounce that.
Miol. That does make
Miol.
sense.
Meow.
Sorry.
Ah, man. You know what? Because
Oh,
I'm gonna
Miol
hold.
is the lioness. The
Yes.
lioness. Serana
Yeah.
the vampire.
Yeah.
And Elisif the Jarl of Solitude.
So I think. So my excuse, by the way, for not remembering these characters is that I haven't actually played through the story of Skyrim
He's never finished
in
Skyrim.
a long time.
Like-
long. No, technically, I've never actually seen the end game because I just mod it. So never.
How many hours have you put into Skyrim?
About 2,000. About that.
That is good.
How?
Yeah, about that. Not 100% sure on that. But and it's hard to say because a lot of that time was actually not in the game. It was like on Nexus mods and you know breaking things and fixing things and changing INI files and all that nonsense. That in mind, my answer is
Yes.
Hang on. What? How do we do this diplomatically?
BMK.
It's BMK.
Bang, marry, kill.
Okay.
You
so
don't do it diplomatically. You just
B goes to Serana. Vampire. You know it's going to be freaky. Mary goes to Elisif. She's a Jarl. Take good care of you.
Yeah. Cash.
Good coin. Kill the lioness because at least it'll be a good fight. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's flawless logic. I can't.
I think so.
That.
I'll take that. Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You've played BMK before.
I know, right?
Sure have. Yeah.
We have a super chat from Lloyd Mabe that says, Ian, seasonal erogenous zone inspired BMK, wintry penis, summer vagina, autumn anus. That took me a second. I was like, because they have very diplomatically like blanked out a letter of each word. So I was like, got that one. Got
so
that
it doesn't
one.
get cut off.
Yeah, got that one. Yep.
That's no way. Oh my god! I hope my parents aren't watching this.
Autumn anus. That sounds like a drag name.
Oh, please welcome to the stage.
Oh fuck. Well,
oh dear.
When at December time, I already have a wintry penis, so I'm gonna kill the wintry penis. I'm gonna bang the autumn anus, and I'm gonna marry the summer vagina.
I think
there we go.
That's nice.
Beautiful.
That's really beautiful. Yeah.
As you can see, I've played Bang, Marry, Kill before.
You sure have. Oh my god. So you played Knifey Spoony before.
Oh, I see. No, that's not a knife. That's a spoon.
Seb and I have been rewatching a lot of classic Simpsons recently. We've been working our way through it. The Australian episode is definitely a high point. It's gone kind of downhill since we've tipped season 10, I want to say.
Season 10 is like the beginning of the end for me.
Yeah,
I stopped watching a lot of the time. I remember, do you remember? I remember back in the day, before the UK had Sky TV and cable, and I remember my local VHS videotape store got a Simpsons tape in, and I got a VHS of the Simpsons, 4 episodes from season 1 of the Simpsons.
4?
It was like, we were like, whoa, the Simpsons, we've heard all about this from the crazy distant land of America. What is this Simpsons? And so that was it. That was the story.
Thing is, wintry penis, if it's frozen just right, it can defend itself quite well because it could probably be a weapon. Icicle.
I'm sure there would be some sword fighting involved, but
I argue with your logic in that.
Why is that?
I think you would need something like liquid nitrogen to make that in any way useful. The amount of time it's going to take to freeze, and the known effects of temperature.
Yeah, it would be the shortest blade known to man.
Yeah.
I'll defer to your knowledge on that one.
You know at the end of A Knight's Tale where they've got that knuckle that smashes as soon as any force is placed under it.
What?
It's that.
What are you doing?
On the end of his lance.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about in terms of defense capability. Just squeeze a little bit, and it's like, there's pieces.
There goes your frozen dong.
Oh, poor little frozen dong. That's so sad.
Yeah, winter's rough.
Winter is a tough time for all of us, but penises especially, I'm sure.
Yeah, they get it. No
one ever thinks about the penis either.
Stop! Nobody ever considers the penis.
No.
Yeah, I think that's really where society's gone wrong. Is that no one ever really considers the penis?
The boner. Yeah.
What about the penis?
Damn it!
God.
I'm glad we're touching on some important topics. This
really hard-hitting subject. Yeah. Oh God, we need to move on.
Yeah,
from this.
This is some stiff competition.
Oh, stop, Ian! No.
Listen, where's that shoes quiz gone?
Yeah, quick! I'm trying to get it back now because one of these are going to need to do it for me. Okay, I find it. But the thing is, you're going to have to explain them to me because
that's the fun of it. Though.
Okay, where shall I pop it?
Seb hasn't asked a quiz.
Okay,
oh no, Seb has done a quiz. Can you send it to both? How many questions are there?
I'm not sure. I haven't checked. I don't want to look at it because it's picture based.
Okay, maybe we could do it. Maybe we can alternate a question.
Okay,
each.
I've sent it to you. I've sent it to you in Slack, Ian, and then Seb, I've sent it to you in WhatsApp. So
okay,
okie dokie.
Let's have a look how many questions there are.
I've got it.
Ooh, that's That's all right. It's not too bad.
Here's
Okay,
the
so
link. Right.
so
Okay.
so I think the way we do these without pictures, Seb, is we have to use the power of description.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, would you like me to go
I'm ready.
first?
Seb, shoes are my specialist subject. I'm ready for this.
Okay.
The thing is, in question 1, if you choose to look closely enough, the answer is literally written on it.
Well, I haven't looked, so.
Yeah.
Ian, can you see?
I can, but you can't say the name. That makes
No,
it
okay.
it's too
I won't.
easy.
One of them has a brand
Okay.
No brands.
that I think answers
Cheating.
the question
Cheating.
immediately.
I think.
Okay.
I think naming branding is cheating.
Okay. All right.
So-
Shall I do the first one?
Yeah,
then?
yeah. So get
Okay,
the
okay,
description
okay.
on.
So, all right. So, option 1, Aoife, it
Yes.
is a stiletto.
Yes.
It is sort of a kind of a silvery color, maybe with a little bit of like rose gold in there as well. It's got a strap. It's equivalent to being open, but it's got a strap that runs from the toe up to the ankle. There's a ring around the ankle, and then about halfway around the foot, there's also another little strap of the same size. And
This is so
little
strict.
strap-
I explain shoes. Oh my
little-
god.
the little strap has rose gold, kind of brassy, square style studs, the kind that you would find on a belt.
That's
Okay, so the square style studs, right? Are they? So you say you find? Do you mean like a mid 2000s kind of those kind of belts? That you,
Yep, except they're
So would
shiny
you-
and kind of rose gold.
would you describe those as rock studs?
I describe
Sure.
them as knobbly.
Okay, that might have given me my answer. Do
But
I own a bag that has those studs?
That's
on it?
cheating. No,
That's
it's cheating. Cheating.
not cheating.
Onto the other shoe.
Okay.
Moving on to the next shoe. Go on.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the other one is a stiletto. It's a little bit higher. It's pretty sheer. It's open, except for 2 narrow straps at the top, and that go across the top of your foot. And then I would describe most of the shoe's design as netting,
Okay.
literal netting,
Oh.
Okay. That.
and
that's
also
not-
kind of cream colored as well.
Okay, that's not ringing a bell with me.
You've got very good
However-
descriptive powers there. I'm
However,
impressed with
Seb's reaction to the first one, no, but it's still straight man explains shoes, which is just hilarious. Although Seb is I think he's through osmosis, he has like absorbed a lot of shoe knowledge. So I trust his judgment on this. And I saw his reaction when I said, do I have a bag like those shoes? So I think I know what brand they are. So I'm going to say the first pair,
And they are made by
Valentino.
yeah.
Wow.
Yes!
I mean, if we're going,
I know my
Yeah.
shoes.
I mean, you were
Yep.
Yeah.
you were
right,
you
Ian-
were correct.
Ian, I'm so glad I'm not doing this one. I have no idea how I would describe this.
Oh God. Okay. Well,
This is all you.
the one that you did, you were correct, Aoife. Valentino shoes.
I know.
They're valued at $1,000,
Yeah.
and the right shoe
Yeah.
that Seb talked about was $40 from Yolcomo.
Yeah, they're ugly. Don't buy them.
Okay. Oh, which of these slide sandals would leave a dent in your wallet? Ooh.
Sliders, eh?
Slide sandals. Okay, well, the left one is it's kind of like a highly polished wooden base. It looks wooden anyway. Could be like a softer.
It does
cork.
look like wood.
Yeah, maybe a softer cork material. Who knows? Without feeling it or giving it a bend, I wouldn't. But the
Okay.
top is some kind of, I'd say, leather, like a dark, but maybe not leather, maybe faux leather.
Okay.
And it's
Right,
it's
yeah.
very basic. It's like someone stretched out a beef burger and wrapped it around a wooden a paddle. It's like a paddle with a beef burger hat.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm
so
looking
that's
at
the
the
left one.
picture and I can't reconcile that description.
The
You
second,
don't think it looks like beef burger?
no, it does.
Oh, it does.
It's a paddle. So first shoe, paddle with a beef
That's a
burger hat.
paddling. Okay.
Second,
That
second
sounds
shoe.
inexpensive to me, but you know, okay.
Well, you haven't seen heard the second shoe. Second shoe, it's a two layer base.
Ooh.
So the first base looks like it's kind of made of like almost like a rope material. It's like
Hessian?
that word.
Like an espadrille kind of thing?
Whatever that means, one of those.
Okay.
So that's the bottom part, and then the second
Okay.
part, definitely a more corky material, but also maybe it's cork on the outside, faux plastic on the inside. Definitely looks more ergonomically fashioned to the bottom of a foot, so comfier to wear, I think. And then where the beef burger roof would be on the other one is
my
a
God.
snake roof.
Oh, snakeskin.
Yes.
You know, okay, because that's interesting. Because the wooden base on the first one sounds like it would be more expensive than whatever they have just described on the second. But if that is indeed legit snakeskin on the second,
I don't
then
know if it could be faux snakeskin. Who
Who's to
knows?
say?
It looks like
Who's to say?
it looks like a snakeskin though.
Oh, it's definitely snakeskin. Yeah.
based on your description, I would go for the second one.
Okay, I'm going to click that. What happened?
Same.
Wrong.
Oh.
The left shoe
no.
is from Bruno Cucinelli.
Nelly, yeah.
It costs $1,395 for a wood burger. Jesus. And then the right shoe is from DSW and it costs $44.99.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I already know the answer to this one, and I know what brand it is as well.
Excellent.
Seb, am I going to know what brand it is?
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
It's like as soon as I ask the question, you're gonna get
Hold
the
on.
answer to this.
I'm going to put the link to the quiz in the chat as well, so people can
Oh,
try
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
see.
You take it. Yeah.
That's the link. You can see what we're trying to describe. Please don't spoil the answer for Aoife.
I'm not looking at the chat.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay,
looking
sweet.
You know what? Actually, I take this back. I know that it's a popular design, so I could be wrong. So I withdraw my bias on this.
Okay.
Which one of these ankle boots costs way more than the other?
Ankle boots.
Okay, so on the left we have a black leather ankle boot.
Yes.
The heel is maybe 2 inches high,
Okay.
and it is slightly slanted towards the toe from the rear. Very, very,
As
very,
heels
very
tend
slightly.
to do.
Yeah. Well, it's not straight down. You know, it's tapered very slightly
Okay.
in towards.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's got a gradient.
Yeah, there is
Tend to do.
a gentle gradient. Then it's got a set of 3 black straps that crisscross each other into 3 tiny little buckles on the side, kind of where the ankle is. And then on the right, we have something that looks a lot like a space sock. So it's got no discernible. It's got no discernible like features on it, despite
That's amazing.
it. Basically, it's like someone dipped a foot in wax, black wax,
Have
and
you
then
ever
kind of
seen-
narrowed it to a toe.
What's that film with Scarlett Johansson in where she's the alien and it's like it's like part of it's filmed like in real life. Oh God, what's it called? It's such a good film. If you've never seen it,
You're not talking about. Is it Lucy or
No. It's such a good film. It basically looks like the alien from
She's
that.
an alien.
Yeah, it's so good. It's really fucked up and dark. Alien movie. It's one of the best, creepiest movies. Under the Skin.
Lost in
It's called.
translation.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's Under the Skin is incredible, and it has one of the best soundtracks ever. And it's haunting.
Maybe we should watch that later, Seb. We
after we watch Rampage. So
Yes, Rampage. Maybe watch Under the Skin and then have Rampage as a cool down chaser.
Yeah.
We watched Host after your recommendation, Ian, and very much enjoyed it. It was
Host
very
is
good.
great. I love Host.
It was great. Okay, so you're saying I want those Balenciagas, the one that look like socks?
So, well, it just looks like someone like dipped that in like hot resin or something, and then kind of like narrowed the toe, and then it's got a really generic looking like block of a heel on it.
Yeah.
Both black.
That could be Balenciaga. Okay, and the first one sound like rag and bone shoes.
Who's to say?
That means yes. Oh, that's tough then. But if the second one is in fact Balenciaga, then it's those ones.
So you're going one or two?
It's your quiz. Yeah, are you
going
going rag and bone or are you going Balenciaga?
Well, if they are both what those brands, then Balenciaga is still going to be more expensive. So
Okay, so you're going number 2.
yes.
Okay, correct.
Yes.
Yay!
The first shoe was not Rag and Bone. It is an absolute blatant Rag and Bone ripoff, though. It is from Saint Laurent, and it costs.
Saint Laurent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
odd.
know
Sorry,
what?
Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent.
Well, that's still very
Oh.
expensive, also. So.
It's Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent.
$1,000.
$1,000?
1,000.
I think I know the answer to the next one.
Okay, this next one should be kind of easy because they're trainers.
They are
They're
trainers.
just trainers for doing sports in and stuff. The first trainer on the left-hand side, it's your standard kind of like, I guess, casual shoe. It's completely white except for a star and 2 B's. And then there are 3.
Seb's face. He knows I know what this is.
3 vertical stripes with a slight jaunty angle, black, red, and white on the stripes. Do you know what this is?
Is it Gucci by any chance?
Maybe. But that's the first one. The second.
What color are the stripes?
Black,
Blue,
red,
and white.
or black.
Okay,
or
then
blue.
it's not.
Yeah.
Gucci.
Okay.
That's a rip-off.
Right.
Also, the heel on the left sneaker is all white.
It's very flat, actually. The whole foot part is very flat. The whole base of the shoe. It's like you could skim it across a sea. You could get a good 7 skips with it.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
you threw it. Whereas the second shoe is more like, I don't know, playing squash. It's got some grips on it, so you're not going to slip on your bum when you're running around a slidey tennis court. And it has like kind of panels to it, makes it look a little bit future. I can tell by the inside of the shoe that it's cushioned more on the inside, and it comes up by the heel. So if you're after a shoe that's not going to cause you like blisters above the heel, that soft part above is it the Achilles tendon? Is that it? It's going to be protective of your. The other one is
it looks like it might support the arch a bit.
Yeah,
better, you know?
yeah. The first one, it looks like it's maybe more canvassy, and it's got a back to the shoe that would probably, if you were walking around like Gamescom after an hour or so, it would give you a bit of chafe. Whereas the second one would, it's softer. So you've got
to E3, and they were very comfortable. Actually.
Oh, okay. I wore some £10 knockoff Converse. And the front of the ones on the right hand side are a little bit silver. The rest of it's kind of white. Oh, and it does have like a black line going. It's hard to describe how the black line goes, so I'll make a noise. It kind of goes swoop.
That's not the noise I was expecting to hear.
What noise were you expected to hear?
That sounds like a Nike tick.
It's like a swoop.
Oh, it does show.
I was thinking more of a ear.
No, an ear. It's like, are you going from top to bottom?
I'm going left to right.
Oh, okay. Left to right is like yeah, but up. I was going right to left, which is like.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a sharp. It's like a and then a and then a.
Yeah. No, I see it. I see what you mean. Yeah.
So
this is a long time to describe a shoe.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh fuck. We're so close to 6 o'clock as well. Sorry. Left or right?
It sounds like the left ones are knockoffs, so I'm going to go right. I think they sound like Jimmy Choo.
Okay, you were wrong. The left shoe is from Gucci and costs $770. The right shoe's by Puma and costs $50.
I should have known. Let me just check.
Flex on this.
What did I miss? Like, I could have sworn that.
The thing is, though, if the stripes sound
weird.
wrong,
It's weird
so
that.
I don't. So. Okay, we need to rush through the rest of them. The flex.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. You got to do it.
I don't even own shoes.
Who needs them? Who needs them, you know?
In fucking 2020, no one needs shoes at the moment.
No, that's true. I haven't worn shoes for 4 months.
I haven't been outside in 6 months.
So long. Okay, come on, Seb.
Okay,
we gotta finish this.
All right.
4.
Okay, they're flats. Left one, kind of grey, chocolatey colour, slightly patterned. They've got like, in fact, both the left one and the right one have a kind of like a wave around the edge that extends all the way around the edge. The left one, so it's grey, chocolatey, and it's got sort of like a matte textured pattern like you might find on curtains. The one on the right has a leather sole. It looks like leather white.
That one.
Okay. Correct.
Oh, nice.
500 from Chloe.
I think you'll find it's pronounced
Chloe.
Chloe.
Oh, of course.
Schlur.
Got it.
Okay, very quickly. Okay, it's a high heel shoe. The stand. What's that bit called? The stand. The tall.
The heel.
The heel.
The
That's
stiletto.
it. The stiletto. That's it. The heel is like see through, like magic. And then the foot bit goes like it's very high. And it's kind of like has the color of like if you were snorkeling and you saw like a really like tropical fish with
Neon
blues
Petra?
and like it's kind of like that kind of color.
That's a very good description. I approve of that.
Cool.
Okay.
And then the strap bit, the bit you tie around your foot is like see through. It's like plastic.
It's very
so-
nice.
Yeah.
See-through straps are
Is
very
it?
nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the second shoe then is maybe even more now because that's almost completely see-through. Only has like two simple over the top of the foot and over the toe straps, and then the underside is like it's got a hidden red section.
Second one.
Second.
Oh, a hidden red section, is it? Yeah. Big tongue, yes, that is that one.
Correct. It's from Christian Loubottom, and it costs.
Got it again.
It costs $695. The other one costs $29.99.
Oh.
All right. That's so good. All right. The next one. Two pairs of flip-flops. The one on the left is leather with a brown, I think, leather strap. The one on the right is also leather, but with a kind of plasticky red strap.
Well, the one that's not plasticky, I'm gonna assume.
Okie dokie. You're correct.
Yay!
And it's from Beak.
Beads.
Beads. Beak. Okay. On one side, you have a black high-heeled shoe. The outside looks not felt. The one that you can't get wet. Suede. Looks like suede. Instead of being low to the ground where the toe area is, it's quite high up. So you've got some raising there. A bit like a Spice Girls shoe.
The entire chat, by the way, is Christian Lou Bottom.
Christian Loubottom. So yeah, a high-heeled black Spice Girls toe shoe, and then the right-hand one is a red high-heeled shoe. Again, looks a bit suedey, maybe silky. It's got three straps. It's three straps or two straps, basically. Black 2, red 3.
First one.
Black 2. You were correct. It was
Correct,
from
yeah.
Alexander Birdman, and it cost $238.
Birdman.
Birdman.
Oh, well.
I know shoes.
You do.
You do, yeah. We all do.
Oh.
After this, we do.
On the chat, by the way, I did notice someone screaming arrest story, so just saying.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Actually, yeah, let's do that instead.
Yeah.
Let's finish off with the arrest.
Okay,
Right?
okay, well, hang on. How many more trainers? We
Two
got two
more.
more trainers.
Two
Two
more.
more.
Okay,
Two
all
more.
right, go on.
Okay.
Quick.
Trainers. Okay, on the left we have a red velvet thigh high with a heel. And on the right we have a brownish grayish knee high rippled sort of like slightly.
Does the thigh high look like my thigh highs?
No, it does not. It's got a flatter toe, and the heel is a lot chunkier and
So it's not
squarer.
Western, is what you're saying.
And the one on the right looks a little more similar, but it's not thigh high. It's like knee high.
One of them
but
is
still rippled.
Weissman, and we don't know which one. I'm gonna go with the second one based on your reaction to it.
Correct. Except it's not Stuart Wiseman. It's Manolo.
Blahnik,
Bla-
okay.
Yeah, it's more expensive.
Yeah, Manolo Blahniks are pretty pricey.
Manolo Barrio.
So just so you know.
All right. Ian,
Final
get the last
one. Now the final one says, finally, here is an adult's combat boot and a toddler's shoe. Which one costs more than the other? So
this is an interesting one. The natural
imagine,
challenge.
yeah, imagine a combat boot, but the boot bit is pure white with black laces, and the sole
Stitching.
No, stitching. You've got orange stitching. What's the bottom bit of the shoe? The grips.
It's the soul.
The sole. That's just it's black, completely black, quite chunky, and then the toddler's shoe is like it looks like it's got a G and a C on it, and some red and black, and some black straps.
Or navy. It's navy and red, and
It's Gucci.
it maybe.
Right. You were correct. It
Shall
was
I check?
Gucci. Yeah.
just like, and here we have another one.
Check out my shoes.
Very well. I think I
You
won
did.
that.
You did better than I would have done for definite.
Thank you.
It was the ones on the left were Doc Martens.
Yeah, they sound like Doc Martens.
Yeah.
Really quickly before you tell your story, Seb, we have a super chat from James Storer that says, "Beer money
James.
for TPG.
Yay.
Great help in tough times. Many thanks for great crack, quality content, and being awesome. Any plans to invite Chris Pratt to guest star in future Tavern times? We can absolutely invite Chris Pratt on here. It's probably around time at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Seb, take it home.
Take it home with an arrest story.
Yeah,
Oh
please.
yeah.
Man, I don't even know where to begin with that as well, because
Muck-Up day.
but it kind of needs a little bit of context. So I don't know how it works with everybody else's school.
Might have to explain what Muck-Up day is.
Exactly, yeah. So my school, my secondary school, we had a thing called Muck-Up Day, which was the very, very last day of sixth form. And sixth form, if you're not from the UK, is age 17 and 18. It's right before you go off to university. So the idea is that on the night before your final day, a group of friends will raid the school overnight, set up a bunch of well-planned pranks and little bits and pieces, nods to the school, nods to your time there. None of it is meant to be particularly destructive. It's not meant to be aggressive in any way. It's all meant to be quite tasteful. Nothing that can't be undone.
Yeah.
A lot of it has a lot of planning done in advance. Anyway, so the school I went to, a part of the school was really old. It was built in the 1600s, and it was listed, which means that you cannot do anything without paying lots of money and lots of planning and everything. And the year previous to mine, they had gone into the school the night before, as many had done, but they had climbed onto the oldest part of the building, which had a clock tower, an old clock tower, and they repainted the whole thing bright, luminous pink.
Really, really quick, Seb, because some people are asking, is this Australia? It's not,
No,
right?
this is the
It's
UK.
an Australian thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the UK. So, they repainted the whole thing bright fuchsia pink, like it was aggressive. And they changed the clock, because the clock had stopped running for a long time. So they changed the clock time to 10 to 10, which I'm not sure if anyone is familiar. It's
Cowboy time. Yeah.
Yep. So we set it to cowboy time. I say we. I didn't. I wasn't involved in that year. But anyway, a year goes past. It's still pink. And the reason it's still pink is because they've not been able to find a contractor who can work on a listed building for cheap enough to. Apparently, it cost them thousands to fix it.
Whoa.
Anyway, amongst like a bunch of other things as well. So our year, it's kind of coming close to our turn to have Muck-Up Day, and they assembled us all together, and they were like, "Yeah, so last year everyone took it way too far, and people climbing on top of buildings and repainting things that are really expensive to fix. So we're banning this from happening." And we were just like, "I don't think you get to ban Muck-Up Day. It's not like a school sanctioned thing." So we were like, yeah, that's cute. We'll do it anyway. And anyway, they got word that we were going to continue and do it anyway. So they called us in and assembled us again and said, "Cool, you didn't take us seriously. So we are going to have security on site the night before your final day. And we will be patrolling the school overnight. And anyone who's caught on site out of hours will be banned from sitting their final exams." Which we were like, okay, all right, that's a pretty decent threat.
Yeah.
Good enough that we will move our Muck-Up Day a day early.
Wait, what?
So yeah, A-level students were using our thinkers. Shouldn't have taught us so well.
Screw you, establishment.
Yeah. So we moved everything a day early. I took the threat reasonably seriously. So I was like, I was one of the few people with a car. You could call me Sam if you like.
Yeah.
But
Sam
I had a
Fjord.
car, so exactly. So I was like, I'll drive you guys there, but I'm not going to go in. I'll I'll help you with any balaclavas you want to take or
Not
anything
risking
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
But frankly, it's not worth it for me. So I took a bunch of my friends over. We parked up in a car park that had a low wall over onto the field, and my friends went in. We bought from like a joke shop a bunch of like wobbly dashboard penises that we were going to like araldite to windows and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a few different things that we were going to do, all in the usual tasteful nature of Muck-Up Day. I also provided one of my friends with a balaclava and a head torch. He went in also
right.
with a boiler suit as well.
Tasteful.
Interestingly, it was his stag do where I was on the president's.
Was
stag.
it?
Yeah, it was
Sounds
his.
I
like
didn't know he was
Yeah.
involved in
Yeah.
this.
He
sounds
was
like
involved.
he's a bad influence, Seb.
Oh man, the story of his life.
That's
He had an
perfect.
epitaph on his tombstone. It's he's a bad influence.
By the way,
So I got a
everyone's
bunch.
calling you the getaway driver now, Seb. Is that accurate?
Oh yes, I'm gonna get a lot of that later.
Yeah?
Don't worry.
Okay.
So anyway, so we had radios and we were chatting away, and basically one of my friends who'd gone in had said like, "There's loads of people here, and they're sloshing paint on the school, they're graffitiing the place, they're wrecking the place. Like it's nothing that we'd planned, none of the good stuff that we planned. It was all basically just destruction of the school, which is not at all what it's about. And some of these guys had only joined in for the last year of school,
Yeah.
and they weren't really sort of clued into the kind of the vibe of what this was all about.
They were
thought-
just in it for the chaos.
they were just
Yeah.
dickheads,
Yeah.
basically. Anyway, so they screwed a load of stuff up, and all of our good plans kind of fell apart. And I saw them all jump over the wall and run off, like slinging paint cans away and things like that. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I think it's time to go. So I told my friends to jump back in the car, and literally as they were jumping in the car, an unmarked police car drove past mine.
Ooh.
As I was pulling away, they did a quick U-turn and they were following me. They were basically following me home. So I was
Yeah.
like, well, you know what? We've technically not done anything, and I don't want them driving all the way back to my house, and then this involving like my folks and everything. So I was like, I'm just gonna pull over. We'll chat to them, figure this out. They pull in front of me. They're just like, yeah, out of the car. And they search the car. And I'm like, I'm not worried. We've actually done nothing wrong. We're fine. And on the roof of my car, they're like, tools, balaclava, head torch, shoes covered in paint,
No.
smoke grenades, not kidding, a big knife, big bastard knife
Oh no.
on the roof.
Uh,
Like all of this stuff, and I'm just like, oh man, oh we're in so much trouble. And one of the guy in the boiler suit's like, it's fine, nothing's gonna happen. And they come back and they go, so we're arresting you on 3 counts.
Oh no. Oh Christ.
Good. So the accounts were possession of an offensive weapon, the knife, something I'd never heard of before, going equipped, which is going with tools and balaclavas to fuck shit up. And what was that? Oh, theft. Because one of the guys had stolen a bunch of signs from the school. Like, you know,
brilliant.
the signs that demark, like, this classroom and this
oh my
classroom and this classroom.
god. You're being made an example of.
Yeah. So basically, we got taken back to the local police station, and I was under this naive assumption that we were just going to get quickly asked some questions. They'd realised that we were wrong place, wrong time. We were just trying to do the fun thing, and they'll let us go. No, they're bringing us one at a time so that we could all get individually booked into cells. And
Brutal.
God.
yeah, so I remember walking down, being like, "Huh, I guess I'm going to jail." And
Oh God.
and I looked at, because one of my friends, the guy in the boiler suit, had gone in front of me, and there was one shoe outside of his cell, and it was covered in paint. I was like, why has he only got one shoe? I later found out that he knew that one of his shoes was covered in paint and had tried to kick it under my seat in the car, but he'd taken off the wrong one and kicked his good shoe off.
Not my good
left
shoe.
Yeah, and left that in the car. And
So you just had one paint-covered shoe on.
yeah, so there was one paint-covered shoe outside of the cell, so I knew that he was in there. I went in the cell opposite. I was made to take my shoes off, lest I hang myself on the laces or something.
Oh my
And
god.
and they were like, "Get some sleep," and I'm like, get some sleep. Let's deal with this. Like,
Oh shit!
I want to go home.
Are you the
And besides, I
inspiration
can't
for the
sleep
in-betweeners?
Sorry?
Are you the inspiration for the in-betweeners?
Apparently. So I was like, I can't sleep anyway because my friend who was wearing the boiler suit was in the cell opposite. He'd been drinking the night before.
Yeah.
So he'd been drinking that night. And I could hear him singing Akon's I'm Locked Up, They Won't Let Me Out, which I later found out he was singing while he'd taken his shirt off and was doing press-ups
Oh,
in
for
a
goodness
bid to
sake.
get fully, like, into it.
prison ripped.
Yeah. Anyway,
That
they
one
called
night.
us. Yeah, they called us in and asked us questions, and they showed us Polaroids they'd taken around the school.
Oh my god!
And because I'd not actually been in, I was looking at these like, oh, we're in so much trouble. Oh, we're in so much trouble. Like this is so much worse than I realized as well. Because I saw all of the graffiti people had done, and like people had managed to get into like our deputy head's door, and they'd graffitied like homophobic slurs across his office door, and like really messed up stuff. You know?
Yeah. And what you were being like accused of doing that.
Yeah, they were like they basically held them up and they went, "You did this," and I was like, "No, I didn't." They were like, "You know who did this?" And I was like, "Well, I saw a couple of people," and they were like,
You tell
"You
us.
did this."
Oh no!
You make a compelling case. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so we all got like that all happened separately, and because I think they deemed that I hadn't done anything wrong the least basically.
Yeah.
So they let me out, and I got out. It was about 7 o'clock in the morning. By the way, it's a school day, so it's about 7 a.m. on a school day. And I get my phone back and I call my dad. My dad's an old boy at this point. He's almost in his 80s. And I call him and I was like, "Hi, Dad. Hello. Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm in High Wycombe. Where are you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just shopping.
This is
Why are you in High
Waitrose.
Wycombe?" Yeah. I got arrested last night. "Oh, I thought you might have. I'll come get you."
Mike Ford is an actual legend.
Wow.
Like honestly, like
Jesus.
imagine, like it's so unfair.
Oh man, I've never been arrested, but if I had been, my parents would have strung me up, I think.
Oh, but the story gets better.
Oh what?
Oh yeah, and it's not over.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So he comes and picks me up and asks me how everything went, and I would sort of explain what happened. Anyway, he drives me back to where my car had been left, where I pulled over because the police had basically parked my car up in a petrol station and left it there. So I went back, got the car, and when I opened the car door, there was this like weird smell, and I was like, "What the?" And I looked around, and there were these little brown pellets everywhere in the car, and I was like, "What is this?" So I swept them all out, and I got rid of them, and I got in the car, and by that point, I had a message from my other two friends who were like, "Yeah, we're out. Can you come get us?"
Still the driver, like.
Yeah, still. So I drive round, pick them up, take them back to my house where I've got enough like school-ish attire that we can pretty much dress for school, and get in, and we're immediately flagged and like dragged in. But on the way there, I was like, "Yeah, so get this. I got in the car, and there's all these brown pellets, and I didn't know what the hell they were." And one of the guys like, "Oh, yeah, they're mine." And I was like, "Well, what are they?" And he goes, "Oh, I thought there might be security dogs, so I got some little hankies of dog treats. I thought I could distract them." I was like,
Just like, wait.
"You're a grammar school student."
Oh my god.
I distract them with steaks.
He's got a taste for meat now.
Did he get all his plans from a cartoon?
So clearly the police have been going through the car and seeing these little like pre-bagged packages. Like, what are these? Oh no, it's bags and bags of stupidity. That's what they are. It's fine. So anyway, yeah, the only actual punishment we got was after we had to go and explain ourselves was we were suspended for the rest of the day, obviously.
Right.
But the school was only going to be in session until about lunchtime anyway, where everyone heads off to the nearby pub. And because we were there before, did Seb go to RGS? No, I went to Borderlands down the road. So it was, yeah, basically just the pub down the road. So we got into there about about lunchtime, and we just got a hero's welcome. So that was great. And our only actual punishment was we had to be honorary caretakers for a day, which meant that we got to go to all of the cool parts of the school that you're not normally allowed to go to.
Wait, but wasn't that because you were being like people had unscrewed everything?
Oh yeah. Well, that was meant to be our original punishment, which was like our long game prank on the school. Was that for the last couple of months of school term, we had gone into every classroom, everything that we'd done with a screwdriver, and taken screws out of anything we could. So doors, desks,
Excellent
keyboards.
prank.
Anything. The rule was as long as it stays together, you can take it.
Mm-hmm.
We had well over 1,000 by the end, including a bolt that was like this big out the stage. It was definitely load bearing. Who knows? Like, we would go into things. People like try and open a door, and the door handle will just like fall off in their hand. So it was, it did get a bit unruly after a while, and people kind of knew it was us as well. So our first suggested punishment was replacing them all, and when they realised that was literally impossible, we basically had to become caretakers. But our first job of that punishment was to smash the headmaster's desk with a hammer.
That's the best punishment.
I
That's
had a
awesome.
good time. And to bring it all round, they didn't ban us from taking our exams. So I got my A-levels and I joined the games industry, and now I'm on this podcast.
Yay!
Yay! Wow, that is one
There you
hell of
go.
a story to round
Sorry,
off.
that's a long one.
No,
No.
it's good
Preface that.
though.
That
It
was
is
a
very
journey
good.
that I was glad to have taken. It
Yes,
was
and in fact, Spoon of Doom did a
absolutely
super chat saying, "This amazing story is worth a few monies. I'm laughing my butt off."
Spoon
Yeah,
of
it is a
Doom's
good one.
name.
You guys can imagine I've heard that story many times over the years, and I always enjoy the reception it gets because it is a very good story. That and the horse one. Seb has many stories, as you might have guessed, and they're all very good.
Many stories, you say?
He has
It's one of
so
those-
many stories.
Perhaps you can come back again at some point. If we haven't
Yeah.
scared you off with shoe descriptions and
I could tell
fjords.
many more. I'll tell the
He
motorway
lives
story
with
next.
me. There's no scaring him off. He's seen it all before.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alrighty.
I probably can't. That's a late night story. I can't tell.
Yeah. Oh God.
Well, we can do
Well.
it. That's for happy hour tavern time lates at some
Yes.
point, like Hollyoaks nights. But,
Yeah, exactly.
but anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for coming along and checking out this episode of Happy Hour Tavern Time. Hope you've had a good introduction to the weekend. We certainly have. That's
Yes.
taken a lot of stress
Definitely.
off the week. I've enjoyed that a lot.
Absolutely.
If you haven't done already, do subscribe to Eurogamer. We do Happy Hour Tavern Time probably about twice a month. Every
Every
other
2 weeks.
and-
Every
yeah.
other week. Yeah, absolutely.
But live streams and daily videos all the time. And as Aoife mentioned earlier, we do have a very lovely, welcoming community as well. So come along and chill out, have some fun with us in the future. And we will
Yes.
definitely be back for more Happy Hour Tavern Time soon. We got some
will.
stuff for the weekend.
We've got a brand new Let's Play starting tomorrow. I hope you guys like it. It's part of a series that I have done many times before, but I'm just like with our Final Fantasy VII Let's Play, I'm dragging Zoe with me, and I am very, very excited to see what to hear what you guys think of it. If you enjoy it, please let us know, and also, well, thank you to Seb for joining us.
Yeah,
this
big
week.
thanks.
Always a
Seb.
treat.
Yeah.
I will be back fixing the technical issues from 2 weeks' time.
Excellent. Well,
Which I believe next is is going to be your ring light.
My ring light, it died just before the stream started, so he's going to come up and have a look at it now.
Well, please come back to a Happy Hour Tavern Time once all the technical issues have been fixed. as well.
Seb, where
Happily.
can people follow you if they want to follow you?
Yeah, well, if you like to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I'm at ReadySebiGo on basically all platforms.
You can see a
and-
lot of kitty pictures on those as well. Basically, any ones that I don't. Seb likes to pretend that he doesn't love kitty, but he does.
And in fact,
No, I don't.
Nightcat and Gavin have posted links to CamAnd Seb and Double Jump as well. So
Amazing.
Yes.
So good.
nice.
Great.
Well, thank
then.
you very much for having me, guys. It has been a treat. And any platform that lets me indulge my ridiculous ego stories is always welcome to me.
Brilliant. Well, we all loved hearing them. They were
Yes.
excellente. Excellente. Right, I'm off. Aoife's off, and Seb's off. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you very soon here on Eurogamer. Goodbye.
Bye.